2000 EST. OCOEE. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I want my dog. Ay, birds of a feather, we gon' fly together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle. God told me I'm Olympic, for real. Ay, seek the kingdom while you simping, for real. Why you talking, you should listen, for real. All this jaywalking got me limping, for real. Hey, jaywalking, hey, Jesus walking, hey, Jesus talking. Yo, big faith, yeah, I need a whole lot of that way, where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision that you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull up to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different. Way different. Same book, but the page different. The page different. Is it cliche to say I'm lane switching? Well, I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turning signal on. So they see me coming. They still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above.
All right.
I need peace. I need
what
love.
up? What up? Welcome in. Welcome in.
They like, how he, who he, what is this? Hey, my studio is wherever I sit. Hey, I plug in the microphone and then you hear that click. Click, 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 click. It's a hit. Hey, way hit them like,
all right, good to see you guys.
Man.
Let's do it.
Make 'em do the uh-oh, man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man. Flow electric, this is not a slow dance. Not a slow dance. We come together and we
all right, welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, how you guys feeling? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's run it.
We saving souls on the campus. Hey, but this ain't no religion. We ain't following your antics. Hey, thank you, Lord. I should like a praying mantis. Enemy just trying to see me sink Titanic. Never out, but I'm out laying.
All right, man. How y'all feeling? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Back to the beach, back to the sand. Back to the only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's
you can see the cross now. Let's go. W. All right, man. Game time. Game time. Let's do this. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's do it. Let's get the party started here today. Yeah, happy Tuesday. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? How we feeling, everyone? Good to see you guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy third day of June. Another New York session. We're back. We are back. Welcome in. Welcome in. Give me one thing you're grateful for today. Just in life in general. What are y'all grateful for, man? I'm trying to get the energy buzz in here today. We need the energy, right? We need the energy. We need the frequency. We need the alignment here. Yeah, what are we grateful for, man? Could be anything in your life. Family, God, purpose, relationship, life itself, family, breath. That last breath. So amazing. Positive thoughts. Let's go. Let's go. My daughter, my wife, everything. Health. Amen. Amen. Jesus. W. What else, man? What else? Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Let us know what you're grateful for here today. I'm grateful for y'all, man. Seriously, just show up here every day and have an opportunity to, passionately pour into people what has changed my life. I am so grateful for that. So grateful that there is 233 people here on the YouTube live stream right now, with hundreds more coming in, and 112 people in the clubhouse right now, with probably another 150 coming in today, just to hear, right, from the philosophy that has just changed my life. So it's pretty awesome. I'm so grateful to be able to come here every day, show up and have you guys here and be able to pour into you guys and hear the messages, hear the stories about how life is changing on your end. And that's music to my ears, man. That's the goal here. So that's what I'm grateful for. Grateful to come back to your sessions. Welcome back. Grateful to have you back. Grateful to be aligned with purpose, perseverance. I like that. Ambition. Fresh water and a roof over my head. W.C. Melly. Amen. 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 Let's do it. All right, let's do it. Now that we're grateful, let's go ahead and get started here. Today is what, the 3rd? Yeah, 3rd day of June. Let's go ahead and pray real quick, and then we shall begin. Cool? Let's do this. Well, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity to gather here together, Lord. I thank you to be around, Lord, just souls and spirits with grateful hearts, Lord. I just give you the glory for allowing me to have this stage, to show up here every day, to pour into each and every individual. Thank you, Lord, for taking over, for speaking through me, for controlling the environment here, Father. I pray that anyone that's going through some downtimes, Lord, that you would use this stream here to lift them up, Lord, encourage them so that they can continue to get on their way, Father. We thank you for all the blessings that you've given us. I pray special blessings, extra blessings on your people here today, Lord. I pray that you would bless them as they come in and out the chat. And Lord, we just give you the glory for allowing us to do this. And we just thank you publicly in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Let's go ahead and get started here. It's going to be a great day. We're going to settle in here, take a look at the news. We'll do a fresh top-down analysis. Hopefully we can have some great conversation, possibly walk away with a W here today, and continue on, right? Let's do it. So again, June 3rd, we do have some red folders coming in today. We don't have much happening around 8:30, but we do have some 10 a.m. news again here. So red folder, Jolt's job openings and stuff, and then you got a couple yellow folders throughout our session, and then later on in the day, you're gonna have some more stuff surrounding the U.S. dollar, bunch of speeches and meetings and stuff like that going on with the Fed. So it should be a pretty good day here today. That's about it. I think tomorrow is really where our week turns up with ADP, and then obviously we're going to have unemployment claims and NFP and all that towards the tail end of the week. So this week, you know, don't try and do anything too crazy, right? Again, a lot of red folders to get the month opened up, and then we settle in, and week 2, 3, and 4, we can size up and get busy and start getting ahead like that. So that's about it for the news. Let's go ahead and take a look at the technicals here. Let's do a fresh top-down analysis like we do every day. If you guys can like the stream here today, I would appreciate that. If you guys haven't subbed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and let's get on with a breakdown here. Y'all ready? Ready to go? Talk to me real quick about the music. How's the volume? Is it all right? Should I get going? Should I lower it? Chilling? Good? Lower it a little bit? Okay, let's lower it a little bit here. All right, that should be perfect. Let's go ahead and get started on this breakdown here. So this is gold. Let's start here on the daily time frame, and let's just talk about what's going on here. So first of all, yesterday's candle, we did close very strong bullish, as you can see, right? But a couple things wrong with this candle. The first one being no top wick, right? No top wick on the closure there. You also have really no bottom wick here too. So it's just a very aggressive candle that pretty much moved up and pushed through that range, right? The range I'm talking about is sitting right here. You had supports right around these areas here. You had resistances here, and that was basically your range, right? So technically, we have closed outside of that zone, right? And if we look left, we have clean traffic coming way up here towards like 34.75, right? Now, the only issue, again, with this previous daily candle is that it's got no top wick on it, right? Everything else looks good, right? We're in this bit of an uptrend where, we closed above the range. We got clean traffic to the left. All that makes total sense, right? But this whole no top wick thing could potentially keep us from making a move through this range here today. So it wouldn't surprise me if we ended up closing, fake out and whatnot, off of that no wick candle. And then maybe even tomorrow starting to, if we do want to move up, starting to close back above, and then right Thursday or whatever, start pushing. But yeah, we'll have to see about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour candle. It's no surprise that this candle wicked up first and then started driving down. So let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame, because I know the 4-hour needs a pullback, right? We kind of talked about that yesterday. So yesterday in the New York session, we just had price, we came here and price was just pushing up, and we had already basically made that whole move there, right? So we didn't really do much yesterday. We took 2 trades. We gave it 2 attempts. We basically hit break even on both of them. There just wasn't much volume in the New York session yesterday, and we basically just kind of created resistance there. Now, we did have a nice pullback here on the 4-hour. We talked about this pullback in Asian session, right? That we could potentially come back down right into these ranges here. So we're here now, right? So we finally did that pullback. Now we want to see how is this current candle going to close, because if it does close bullish, let me get this one. If it closes bullish here, right, now you can say, hey, that daily bottom wick is in place, right? And if we want to move up, so what I mean by that is the previous daily candle, right, it's got like no wick on it, remember? So this one, right, this one currently looks like this. So it's bearish right now, and what we're saying is if the 4-hour candle closes bullish like that, then maybe we can anticipate that the daily candle is ready to start moving up and, potentially flip, maybe not, just kind of play around, just move up a little bit there. But we're going to need some sort of a 4-hour closure looking like that in order to really get confident there. So until then, I'm pretty bearish, I'll be honest. No wick here, possible fake out. 4-hour candles are still bearish. The 1-hour candles are now kind of in this range here. So we have this range. We have a pretty strong support sitting to the left here, right? So we got to be careful. We did close right at that support. If we take a look at the 30-minute also closing right at support there. So I think closures below 3379.5 here are going to be pretty decent for the 4-hour to continue moving down here, right? Because that would basically be the 4-hour candle reflipping bearish, closing or breaking this low, possibly closing below on the 30-minute time frame, and then going ahead and making a continued move down here. So that's a possibility. So I will look for potential sells on a 30-minute closure below 79 here. And then in terms of buys, right, buys, so let's take a look at this 4-hour high right here and just see what that's looking like. Yeah, so I would say my buys would probably have to be above 86 here at least, just so we can break that 4-hour high, right? So we'll see what happens there. We could also potentially look for range 2 buys above, one of these lower resistances, like maybe even right here, like a range 2 buy above there. But I don't know. I think I'm going to wait on the 4-hour break of the high here before budging on these buys. So, yeah, I think I like 86. 86 looks pretty good. That would be us breaking the 4-hour high and, continuing on up plus getting a closure there. And if we got volume at that point, then we don't have to really, stress this zone out too much here because we've got volume coming in, right? So if this happens, right, and it's like high volume time, we can use this not to stay out of the trade, but use it for management, like a break even point or something like that, where you hit this area, you move your stop loss to your entry point, and then we take profits up here. So that's probably my plan here. A little choppy to the north side here on the way up, but all in all, it would make sense if the 4-hour does want to turn around here and allow the daily to start moving up. But either way, we'll see. We'll protect ourselves. I'll basically treat this like a no trade range here today for the most part, and then look for sells below, right? Sells below anywhere in these ranges down here, and then maybe we'll take potential buys somewhere up here in these ranges. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. We got volume coming in. It's 8 a.m. We got NY open and right here. So let's see how the 15-minute candle closes. We'll take a look at that. If not, we'll wait on the 30, and then we could potentially move down here. It looks like a lot of liquidity has already been grabbed, right, prior to this volume here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We shall see. What up, George VDM? How we feeling, brother? How we feeling? Good to see you. What up, Maiko? What up, what up? YOLO Trader in the house. It's goody. It's good, AB Mike. All right, so that's where we're at here. So we'll see what goes down. We got volume though. It's coming. It's on its way. A lot of buyers probably in here too, getting stopped out right now. Probably right here. A lot of buyers entered. So let's see. You know, don't jump the gun here, because look how many times we've been down here before, right? So this area is no stranger, right, to gold, but we keep rejecting. So you really want to wait for this candle here to close before, you know, impulsively taking a sell. Yeah, one thing that's on our side here though is going to be volume now. So, right, that could be a big help. Yanosh in the house. Let's take a look at NQ here as well, and let's prepare for battle. So daily. So daily did close. Wow. So we did close above yesterday on the daily time frame here, and we have clean range, my friends. Like, we got clean range. We got a wick to fill. Like, this looks pretty good, man. We also, like, coming out of this consolidation here. Nice little support. I know it doesn't really look like it, but this actually looks pretty good to move up today. So let's take a look here. 4 hour. Oh yeah, if you get a 4 hour support here or a closure above this range, the NASDAQ will most likely push pretty good today. So you already have an inverted celery playing out, kind of like a fade position too. See, like, no wick, small wick, big rejection. You break the high there, it starts moving up. So 4 hour looks clean. I think this candle closing bullish anywhere, you know, below. It doesn't have to be above. Anywhere, like, you know, just strong bullish. You should continue moving up here today. So 1 hour has been moving a bit. Let this thing pull back here. I think I like closures above. Yeah, closures above 21,555. I like that number. So yeah, that looks pretty good here. So I would wait. I'm probably gonna trade NQ today, but not till around like 9:15, 9:30. So yeah, let's wait on that. Let it do its thing, and we'll come back. How we feeling? Yeah. What up, FX Max? How we feeling? Only bands in the house. Mr. Hawk. Yeah, and then obviously like sells, you know what I mean, below. Probably sitting below. Let's take a look here. Yeah, there's really no structure for sells. I mean, you're probably going to get a resistance here, but I don't know about taking it off that resistance. Yeah, if you want to make anything up, I would say probably below here. Right? I think we can maybe pull back and see what happens here. If you can get like some structure to form, something like this, you come down into that range there, and then you want to get aggressive on shorts, I would just wait for like a resistance here and then a new closure below, and I think that's the perfect setup right there. Boom. Georgie, how we feeling? How we feeling? Yeah, the sells in pre-New York made sense with the volume coming in. The only issue is you have that 30-minute support there just playing tough. See what I mean? We're rejecting out of here, so you really got to get a good official closure below there. Went away for 2 minutes. Yeah, facts. Very true. So a lot of people like took impulse trades on this candle, right? Just seeing it move down, and I used to do this all the time, but not anymore, man. Not anymore. These candle closures are so important. They've absolutely changed everything in my trading. So waiting on closures is so important. You know, a lot of times people are gonna look for these wicks or these wicks or these wicks to just kind of pop an impulse entry in there, but it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it, especially when you've had price ranging for so long. When I say ranging, I mean it's just chopping around. So like, I like taking impulse entries, but not this way. I don't like the breakout impulse entries. Those, you know, a lot of times those will tend to come back in the range and depending on where you get in. Like if you're in here now, you're in drawdown. Meanwhile, this candle is extremely bearish, right? So the thing about that is like this candle can close right here, but look how much in drawdown you are, right? And then if it's gonna go up and make a top wick now you're going further into drawdown for no reason at all, right? Meanwhile, you could wait for that candle to close and not even be in the trade until the bearish candle confirms, and then it flips, right? And bam, now you're in this trade. So you can, you know, obviously this could move down, but I'm telling you, that's probably going to happen like 3 out of 10 times. All right. So do you want to be right 3 out of 10 times and wrong 7? I don't. Good morning, Norbin. What's up, bro? How we feeling? This is our move. Yeah, that's it. That is our move. That is. First London said, yo, guys, London last night was totally my fault. I am so sorry. I was literally waiting up for London because Magnus had something going on where he couldn't make London. Yo, it was 12:30, so London starts at 1:30, right? So I was waiting, and it was like 12:30, 12:45, and I'm like, let me just sit right here on the couch. Didn't even go like upstairs, just right on the couch, and gone. Let me sit here real quick. Gone, bro. First session I've ever missed. Oh man. If you got in the clubhouse last night, sorry. Goner. Yeah, it was bad. But it was good because I woke up. I randomly woke up right at like 3 something in the morning, and I seen that everyone in the clubhouse was in these sell positions, all closing profits. So I was like, that's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. Out here taking mad good trades. I'm like, damn. I hit TP. Yo, yeah, I hit sleep stops, got activated. I only slept for like an hour though, and then I woke up. Yeah, the only problem was the hour was like from 12:30 to like, actually, I'm sorry, it was like 2 hours. Like 12:30 to 3. Oh, damn. Yeah, that was my fault. I take 100% responsibility. That was all me, man. That was all me. What's up anyway, Clubhouse? Who do we got up in this? Up in here. How y'all feeling? PM Magnifico in the house. What's up, bro? What's up, AB Mike? The man. I wish AB Mike was coming to the meetup. I wish everyone was coming to the meetup. AB Mike, though, he already had his California trip. Next trip, bro? Florida, man. East Coast. Come to the East Coast. That way you can hit Florida, New York. What else? Go to New Jersey, get some bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Alright, let's see if we can get a decent top wick here. So it looks like we did. Did we close below here? Yeah, I think we closed below here. So let's see if we can get a top wick. If not, it's no worries to wait on the 30. Yeah, let's take some entries here. Yeah, my thing is the 30s have not closed below here, right? So we want to make sure we at least get a good top wick to where we know we can rip down on the 15 or wait for the 30 closure. Because 30-minute candles have all come down and just have been not able to succeed. Visit India. You know, I would love to. India is a very far trip for me, but we'll get there. We'll get there. In the clubhouse, do you go live? Yeah, we go live for all the sessions. Asian, London, pre-New York and New York sesh. I'm gonna have to add in another session somewhere. I owe you guys one now. I owe you guys one. I'll make it up to y'all, alright? Promise, promise. The next bank holiday. 24-hour stream? Ooh, Power Hour. Maybe we'll go live for Power Hour. That's a great idea. Yeah. Power Hour it is. Not today, but I'll let you guys know which day. Done. Court adjourned. Pay your rent, drop a like. Yeah. It's been 2 years. I don't get a giveaway. Damn, man. Yeah, it's tough. Giveaways are tough. They're like lottery tickets. But how many winning trades have you gotten? How many winning trades have you gotten? How many good trade ideas? How many good top-down analysis? How many gems? How many just nuggets of wisdom? What about those? Those are much more valuable than a little stupid giveaway. Trust me. Gambling session? We could do that. I'll just get a random account. Oh, turn off the Discord notifications and we'll call it even? Alright, let's do that actually. Discord notifications. And now no Power Hour. Perfect. Hold on. Where'd my Discord go? Hey. They should have been off already. That's interesting. Comics is coming here, man. Comics is coming. Yup. So let me just look at this because we're kind of right up on this here, man. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I think me gonna have to wait on 30 here. Whole lot of game. NFP? Yeah, we could do NFP gambling. I'm down. I get an account. This time I'm gonna go lower in size though because that was so lame last time. I went like 10 lots and like 30 pips I was done. I'm going to do like maybe 5 lots this time. W, PM Magnifico, W. Yeah, gold's been selling off here. So we've been selling off. We actually took buys in Asian last night. That's why I'm green here on the day so far. But where was that trade? Let me show you guys. Did we take buys? Asian feels like it was a long time ago. Yeah, buys. Yep. Yeah, so this is the position we took last night in Asian. Pretty good trade. Buy off support. Kind of had like the inverted celery deal going on. So pretty good trade for the most part. You had a lot of rejection here. So you had like this candle closing without a wick. You had a big rejection to the downside. We closed up like weak. We were kind of looking for buys earlier. Especially you see this candle here, no top wick. So we're expecting that this candle might actually close the way this green one did down here. But it didn't. It just kept driving down, and then officially closed with no wick. The next candle kind of spent the whole candle just being bearish with like very little top wick. And we said, hey, if this can close like weak, inverted, or like just a big rejection and give us a support, we'll have the buy stops and the break of the high. So that was pretty much that trade. Counter trend idea. The whole idea with this too was to get back up here, right? For this candle to get a top wick. So that was the goal there. So we broke the highs. We closed up, closed our full trade. I think like somewhere around that this area here, and just called it. But like probably another candle or a couple candles later, we came up and officially gave that candle a top wick. And then look where we went from there, gang. Down, right? So those are so important to hit like those no wicks and to spot those, and you'll begin to understand this a little bit more with time and repetition. But see how we came up? We went straight, I think it was like 04 or something, or 09. We came up to give that candle a top wick, and then bam, straight back down from there. So that was money. Good idea there. All right, cool. So yeah, 30 closures it is here. Comics pushing us back up, so that's interesting. Yo, why do my notifications keep going off? Hold on. Wait a minute. Boom, boom. You see, man? It just keeps going and going and going. How have I never noticed that on the live stream? All right, that should be good. That should be good. Why did I keep the stops below the previous low instead of the current one? That's a great question, and that's because the 30-minute at that point was still very bearish. So at that point, I still want to leave some room for this trade, because you see this whole like rejection here, right? All that is the 30. So the way the 30-minute candle closed was like bearish, you know, like that. So with this candle now, pretty much like the entry that we got, right? So this candle kind of moved down a little bit. So the entry we got was right here, boom, right? So we popped up, we're entered in, but we actually did come back down while we were in the trade to break the low. So the reason I had the stops down here is because this candle could still attempt to fill that wick, right? I was bullish, I understood direction. The only time frame that wasn't in our favor was this 30 minutes. So I needed to leave this a little bit of room, because even if we attempted to fill the wick, my stop loss would still be safe here, right? I'm sorry, on this candle, if we had to come down a little bit more and then re-break the highs. So I wanted to leave this one a little bit of room to breathe, so that way I wasn't getting stopped out. And you know, just I don't like it. I hate getting stopped out and being right about direction. So anytime you can use the previous lows, it's always good to do that. And another thing there too is like it leaves you room to manage, right? So this candle come all the way down, right? But then all of a sudden come back up and close like this, and you remain in that trade, right? So that stop never gets hit, and maybe the next candle is the one that fires up. Or maybe it comes all the way down here and like you don't get hit, but then eventually it closes right here and it closes below the range. So now you can basically move your stop and just exit right there, right when that candle closed below, and minimize your risk. So let's say you were making like risking 400, you could probably lose like, you know, or risk like 200 right at that point, and kind of minimize your risk. $15-minute breakouts, yeah, 15-minute, yeah. I think what you'll start to see me participate in a little bit more is not necessarily the breakout as much, but trying to get the onion more so. Even if it's in a range, if it's a tradable range, we may look for the onion a little bit more, because you're going to see, you know, see how this all fakes out down here. So that's why I didn't want to enter on the 15, because we've yet to have a 30-minute candle closure below the range. We've had a lot of 30-minute attempts, right? A lot of 30-minute candles pushed down here, but none of them officially closed. So if we can get an official closure, that'll give us, you know, much better read here. What up, Vito? What's goody, man? Good morning. Breakouts getting us. Yeah, breakouts. So breakouts have been our kryptonite a little bit. You know what I mean? So especially some of the overextended ones, the ones that kind of push down into the range a little bit too far. So we're starting to pick apart the breakout. And, you know, that's one of the positions. So I think every position we kind of tailored outside of the breakout. The breakout has been left to a very general type of like analysis, right? So we recently did a big webinar on the breakout and have been diving into it more and more, seeing typically what tends to work, what tends not to work when it comes to the breakout. So we're actually in the process of like tailoring that up a little bit and making some adjustments, but we're just preparing, right? Preparing now for 2026 at this point. So everything you're learning here, everything you're doing now is going to prepare you for 2026. So don't be that guy, you know, come January, February, just trying to catch up, man. Start now, right? Start now. $15 looks money at 8:30. 8:30. Yeah, if we get closure maybe. So will this be where our 4-hour stops, right? We'll see. We'll see. Still going off? Yeah, I don't know. I closed it out. Oh my god. Hey, Aaron, what's poppin'? What's poppin', Johnny Gems?
Yo, yo, yo.
How you doing?
How you doing? What's up, my man?
How are you, brother?
Bro, I'm amazing, bro. Blessed and highly favored. How you doing?
Blessed and highly favored as well.
Let's go, bro. It's hard not to be happy, bro.
Feeling
You're so
great.
blessed, you know?
So
Facts.
blessed.
Another session here. Be patient, discipline to the plan. Let's go. What's up, chat? Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good.
What's poppin', Aaron?
Aaron.
How we feeling?
What's up, my brother?
You're looking good, but how you feeling?
Hey, I
Yo,
was
facts,
in the middle
bro.
of a workout, you know? So,
Flex on us, man.
What's
What's
talking-
up, Aaron?
You're talking to a professional
my
here,
brother?
man. Professional.
hey, you already know.
Word, bro.
Pass the combine on that Johnny Gems
Hey.
trade. So thank you.
Oh,
Let's
W.
go.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go, bro. W, man. Congrats.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Trying to get my push-ups in for chat. Clubhouse knows.
Facts,
You know,
bro.
it's a London thing. It's a London thing.
He's leading by
Yeah, you're reminding me.
it's a London
to hit my
ting, man.
push-ups.
Yes, sir.
Chat, do you
Yes,
guys
sir.
know Aaron? If you guys don't know Aaron, this is Aaron. He co-hosts the London session, and he's an absolute stud, elite member, been part of TT for what now, like 2 years?
Yes, sir.
Has already flown up here twice to come meet me from Germany. Ex-professional
savage
soccer
trader.
player, insane
Hey.
soccer coach. Like, this dude's a stud right here. Mad,
Thank you, my brother.
mad
Stud.
payouts. You talk about payouts,
Hey.
this dude's gotten so many
If I didn't know
payouts.
that-
Yeah.
This guy,
Facts, bro.
man, goes crazy on him.
Facts.
Incredible, really turning out to be an incredible trader as well. So
Facts, bro.
kudos to
Appreciate
you,
that, my
brother.
Yeah,
Hey,
bro.
all
Yeah,
all
great
glory
job.
to God, and all thanks to Nick Stu for making this possible. 100%. Anything
Great
is
job, bro.
possible.
God is good.
Yes, sir.
He's in FIFA, by the way.
Yup.
He's in FIFA.
He's in FIFA too.
Hey, throwback, 12 or 13. You know.
Go play with Aaron's character in FIFA.
Hey, I got 85 pace. Nobody know nothing.
Let's
I'm
go.
about to go do
W.
that right now.
Exactly. All right, boys. But I'm gonna finish this workout, get
Do
some
it,
more
brother.
push-ups in.
Good to
and,
see you,
I'll be
G.
watching right here.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
boys.
Aaron,
All
peace,
right.
bro.
Yep.
Later.
Love
See ya.
y'all.
Love you,
Peace.
G.
Love
Aaron-
Hey, come join Clubhouse. We in
Yeah.
here.
Aaron's
Yes, sir.
Aaron's pulling up to the TT meetup in July, coming all the way in from Germany. Excited about that.
Yup. Let's go.
We do a little career mode.
About to go
So-
do career mode and play with Aaron's character and
Play with Aaron.
What's the plans today? That's the plan today.
Build a whole career road with Aaron's character.
Yeah, facts.
That's funny.
Trade in the morning, FIFA in the evening or night.
All right, pullbacks. 4 hour pulling back, 1 hour pulling back, 30 minute. 30 minute. What happened here? Yeah, 30 minute close below, 15 close below here as well. So this actually looking, this is a lot of rejection. You know, that's my thing here. It's just a lot of rejection. So like I want to take this 30 minute move here. But like, look at the 15. So I don't really like that price action. I think I'm gonna just chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this 4 hour
Closure
can
below.
go either way here now.
Wouldn't you rather like a closure below the new 15-minute support, like a fresh resistance instead?
Bro, at this point, I'd rather see a closure below like 68.
Yeah.
Like below
Word.
this, like we've already come down here. You know what I mean? Like we tapped into that support, we rejected out of it. 15-minute close bullish. So I don't know. I don't really like this. I don't like this.
Yeah, filled up.
Big rejections to the downside, but you're not closing above. Your 30's closing strong bear. 4 hour is obviously like in a actual uptrend, right? So, you know, what are we going to do here? And guess what? When you're confused like this, guess what, guys? You don't have to take a trade. Would you believe that? You can actually sit out. But we broke the highs here, which is pretty interesting now. So if we start pushing below, I think the 4 hour can still go. But, you know, this is exactly when we did our breakdown in the Asian session last night. We talked about this 4 hour coming down into here and rejecting out of it. So, I mean, the 4 hours come down right into here now. It's starting to reject out of it. The 1 hour candle, you know, kind of pulling back here after tapping that support. 30-minute candle tapped the support, slightly closed below, but we don't want to get faked out on the 30-minute here, right? Because the 15 is also telling us, you know, we closed bullish and whatnot, rejecting. So, yeah. I think I'll wait. We could flip a coin. Yeah, we could flip a coin. Yeah, there you go. Do I have a coin here? I don't. I do.
I know, bro.
I do. This is my golf to mark my ball. Or to figure out which trade I want to take. Tails. Should we sell?
Call it.
Call it.
Come on, bro. I want to make money. Let's do it. Yeah, nah. You gotta. When you're confused like that, it's always best to have a flat day versus a loss. You know. I'd rather a flat day than a red day.
Because my thing too is if the 15 is creating support now, then the 30 might be off to doing that as well. But first it's going to need to move down a little bit, right? Obviously to, you know, make a push down, put sellers in the game and all that. But if we then start closing back above here, right? And now you got a 15 support followed by a 30 support and fake out. And then you got the 1 hour back in this range here, right? I think you could start moving up at that point. 4 hour can start moving up. The daily candle can start its way up there too. So we'll see.
Hey, fire Isaac. Let's go, bro. Payouts hit. Booking the flights now. Let's go.
I like that.
Sir.
Payout hit, booking the flight. Love it, bro.
Yep.
Hell yeah,
That's the goal.
We got a bunch of people who have set goals to come to the meetup by taking profits from the market. So, and I think like a bunch of people have already booked their flights with their payouts. So it's like they're like, I'm not coming unless I'm getting a payout. And I'm saying, well, I guess you're coming then, right? Because I don't think you're getting a payout. I know you're getting a payout. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now people are getting like, you know, $5, $10, $15,000 payouts and booking them flights. Book the flight, baby. Yeah, gold buys. Yeah, I think gold buys could be pretty good here. You know, if we can close bearish, especially on the 30-minute, and actually have this 1 hour close back in the range and not close below, then that gives me much more confident to start looking to go long here. But I don't want to go long on this 15 because this 15 can go any which way at this point, right? I mean, and the 1 hour can still close bear. So Yeah. Dum. Yo, has my Discord always went off like this? I closed the whole Discord.
I remember that.
I don't remember ever hearing this. Let me see. I
Damn.
muted it. I X'd it out. All messages. Alright, we're mute here. We're mute there. Right? We're mute here. Mute channel. No, why is it there? Alright, cool. Until I turn back on. Alright, that should be fine. I don't want to hear another peep out of you. What?
Oh.
What the heck, bro?
This one's me coming in.
Hold on. Notification settings. Boom. Unmute channel. I guess that's not sound. So let's not mute it. Mute. Which one? User settings? We're at Big G's. We're at. Tell me quickly. Because now you guys are annoying me. No, I'm just kidding.
Hurry up.
Let's see here.
Don't get the man tight.
Yeah, why you guys keep hitting me up on Discord too? I'm right here. Talk to me in the chat. Where at? Notifications. I don't even know where this is, man. I don't even know where this is. Enable. Talk to me, man. What do you want me to do? Come on, chat. It's your world. I'm just living in it. Talk to me. Give me instruction. Close the settings, bro. Which one? Do not disturb. Where's that? I don't know. I don't work this Discord. Where's Shiro? Close the settings. Talk to me. How come no one's hitting me up on Discord right now? Huh?
Holy.
All right, let's look at one person's thing. All right, so let's see this one. Click on your name. Click your name on the left. All right, let's do it. Press online and then do not disturb. All right. Online, do not disturb. For how long are we together? 15 more minutes? All right, for 15 minutes. All right, I did it for 8 hours. Thank you, Mr. BTC. All good, man, all good. Woosa. 3 months now on payout. Yeah, Rose, yeah, like AB Mike said, you know, like welcome to trading. You know, that's how it is in the beginning, you know, and the fact that you even took a payout for 2,300 is amazing, you know. So we were talking about this last night in the Asian session. I was talking with an elite member about this recently too, and it's like he was an electrician, right? So in his early years, he was what they call an apprentice, right? So he was basically getting paid crappy, working crappy, doing all the runs, the errands, you know, going to grab the tools in the car if someone left them, right? Just suffer, like just, you know, being that guy, right? Meanwhile, the owner or the higher electrician, right, with the higher skill set was doing the easy job. They were just in there. They were like, yo, go get this and go get that. And he's getting paid, you know, the least, and this guy's getting paid more. And, you know, as an apprentice, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? You're in that study time. You're trying to get good. You're trying to develop the skill set. So same thing here, right? When you're an apprentice, let's say as an electrician, you're thinking, hey, I know I got to eat crap here for a couple years to learn this skill set, but eventually I'll have my whatever it's called, electrical degree, I don't know what it's called, right? Certificates and stuff like that. And then I'll be able to A, start my own company and have people work for me, or B, go get a really high paying job at some other company because I've got the skill set, right? I've got the certificates now. So trading is no different than anything else we do in life, right? Like anytime we get a new job, anytime we go into a new career, any sort of new skill set, we understand that there's a learning curve to that, right? And it gets frustrating. You know, the guy's like, go get me the hammer, bro. You didn't bring it in. You're like walking out to like, screw this guy, you know, on the way back to the thing. And it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating being in that apprentice or in that learning stage, but that's, you know, where you're going to develop the skill set, and that skill set is going to be what pays you down the road, right? Not like maybe right this instant, but down the road. So consider yourself in a way an apprentice for now, right? And learn the skill set, develop the skill set. So eventually, you know, you can actually look back on this time and be like, damn, I'm happy I pushed through that because it was just a little stepping stone, a little learning curve that I had to get over. So, yeah, don't worry. That's nothing out of the, you know, nothing unusual, I should say, right? That you're going through. It's just a part of the game. Order has been restored. Fact. It has been. It has been. Where's Magnus? Is Magnus here on Zoom?
Magnus check. Yeah, no, I see that nice move on the 15-minute.
The kids just want to work, man. Kids just want to pull up. Is Magnus here or not?
I don't think so. No, he's not.
Yeah, Magnus pulled a muscle or had some sort of a bad pain when he was working out yesterday. So let's pray for Magnus, you know, in your spare time, that he just heals up quickly. I don't know what exactly happened, but he told me that he had to, you know, run to the hospital because he was working out and had a bad pain or whatever. So I think he's all good. But, yeah, prayers would be nice. They're always nice.
Word.
Did I take trades today? I did. I took one in a London session, made about like this 593, and that was it. Asian, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Gold running 100 pips. Yeah, you see? Good thing we didn't take sells on that 15-minute, and good thing we didn't take sells on that 30-minute, eh?
Too overextended.
So let's see how we do here. We're rejecting out of that purple zone there. The 4 hours starting to turn here. So everything's shaping up to like our bullish bias now. So that's, you know, we let price come straight to us. No need to, you know, go grab it. We'll let it come to us. And if we get the closures above here, I think this looks pretty good. We'll be breaking the 4 hour highs here again. And yeah.
Yep.
taking a buy. Nice, came down. Any reason I shouldn't have? Maybe just that it closed below the range, I think. Yeah, it kind of closed below. So that was it. Other than that, looked pretty good. Other than that, I was paying attention to this area to see if we could reject out of there. So John, so these are the buys that I'm talking about. So possibly, and if this would have closed above, it could have been a different story here for us. But instead of taking a lot of the breakouts, like remember earlier we were talking about possibly like not taking as many breakouts anymore, but really trying to make sense of the onion the best we could, like this one down here. Right, so so imagine we go we close partials up here, right, and then if the candle closed above, now we got a big runner to possibly go, or maybe not, right? But the idea now is if we're bullish, which we weren't fully bullish here today, but if we are and we see these closures back here and we're thinking about waiting for a breakout, there's going to be times now where you're going to see me or John, maybe even Magnus through data and stuff, start to get a bit aggressive in these ranges here to go ahead and take the onion before the breakout there. So that'll be coming, as of this week and stuff. So we'll see if we can start making sense of that. I think this would have been a great opportunity to do that if this candle here closed above the range, right? Like an obvious closure back above. I think I would have been willing to go ahead and enter here. And then again, by the time we push through here, you're going break even or you're closing partials. And if we do get that breakout, then now we got a runner to run, right? So instead of entry here.
Yes, sir, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the start of the movement. So absolutely, we want to buy low, sell high. So getting more aggressive with the onions and more picky with the breakouts, I think is going to be a game changer for us.
Now, I'm curious to see if the win rate goes down a little bit, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, right? Because your win rate can go down a little, and your profits can go up, believe it or not, right? But I'm just curious to see if we're getting if we're getting a head start or if we're getting ahead of ourselves, and that'll be like the lesson, the sample sizing lesson on when we're getting ahead in the trade and when we're getting ahead of ourselves, meaning we're entered too early, like it stops us out and whatnot. So this is another thing you'll see me sample size. And again, you guys have the option to participate in that sample sizing with me or, not. Yep. It doesn't really matter. But just like we did with the inverted celery, just like we did with the fade position, I'll be the scapegoat and I will continue to, go low on some of these trades until we have data stacked in our favor. And then, the onion we know works, right? It's just now, can we get the head start that we're looking for? And maybe our strategy has so desperately been looking for many, many years. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think so, bro. Because some of my breakouts, I'll look at them and there'll be losses. And I'm like, oh, wait, I could have got in on the onion, on the way up, So I think it's going to definitely help out.
Yes, sir. Always learning, always growing. So by 2026, that could be a legit, thing that we really implement every day.
Yeah, I think so.
What was my lot size? Which one for Asian? I think I was using a 2-lot. Yeah, 2-lot. Yeah, 2-lot here. This was it. Oh wait, hold on. Asian. Yeah, I was using 2. I closed half, so I see it as the closure here. So yeah, it was 2 lots, closed 50%, and then closed another 50% later. I think that was, yeah, right here. See him? 30.51 or whatever. Same trade. Two lots, 2 contracts. How's your sleep schedule? Do you ever feel like you don't get enough sleep? Not really. Sometimes I know I don't get enough sleep, but I'm not necessarily tired, because if I'm ever like sleepy, I can kind of nap at any point during the day. But I can't remember the last time I took a nap. I'm pretty good. I run on pretty good energy. I eat clean. I work out. I do all the things that I need to do to stay energetic and focused and move with clarity every day. What's the name of that platform? Because I don't use TradingView, but that one seems cooler. Oh, this is called Project X. So this one's with Top One Trader or Top One Futures, and they use Project X. Yeah, I love this platform. I think this one's better than TradingView, just because the way it's a nice platform here.
I think so too.
Big Green in the house. What up, Green? How we doing?
Greenery. What's up, Green?
So look at this. I mean, if we can get this closure here, right? So now we got a big 1 hour rejection. So now if we can say, hey, if we're rejecting here at the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. candle, if we want to go up, it's going to start here and it's going to be an impulse move, right, on that candle. So what we want to do here is on the 30-minute or the 15-minute, really, if we can start to see, you know, signs of closures back above here, right, would be nice. That would be one option. Or we could test out the option that we are talking about now, right, where if you kind of close like this and then we get another strong bullish closure here at 9:15, then we could anticipate that the next candle is going to close above the range, right? And that could be our entry right there, entering on that candle, close partials at that closure, and then let the runner be this candle, the 9:30 candle. Or, you know, you guys can manage it however you want, but that's kind of an idea that I'm looking at here too. So two options, you know, maybe we can get support formed at some point down here, or we have to wait on that breakout. So one or the other, either way, I'm good. As long as that 4 hour stays bullish, I'm definitely okay with taking buys here. That's been the plan. That's been the plan. You don't what? Sells?
I was saying, you don't like sells off resistance. 4 hours, you know, could technically still bearish.
I don't think I do. I do.
Just because we wick down.
I think I need a closure below 71 now for that.
Oh.
Yeah, like a closure below. Then we don't have to worry about this. We could be in that trade and not have to think about this stuff here by waiting on that closure below. So I wouldn't even mind something like this. If you get a resistance, if the resistance forms like that, then yeah, I don't mind that. And then now we got like 9:30 or whatever coming in. That wouldn't be bad, because then we can make our way through that range there with no interruption. But yeah, we'll see.
Nice.
And you may say this candle closing overextended, but that's just a strong bearish candle setting up 9:30 at times too. So just depends how the closures go down.
All right.
Should I be more aggressive in evaluation? Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I think so.
Just depends on what your definition of aggressive is, you know?
Yeah.
What's the definition? Like heavier in size? I mean, I think you should take A+ setups regardless, evaluation, live account, funded account. But I think you could size up a bit, you know, on your evaluation for sure.
That's what I was thinking. Aggressive in terms of your risk management, you know, just risking more.
Yeah.
Facts.
Oh, look, we got Aaron. No way.
Yeah, Aaron, bro. Stud.
Where is he? Aaron with the goal. Yo,
Jeez.
Aaron.
Look at that footwork.
Oh.
Damn.
That was
Bro,
dirty.
Aaron, what year was this, bro?
That
14
was
years
dirty.
ago.
Hold
Wow.
on, I gotta play that back. What?
That was pretty dirty. That was some messy stuff right there.
Wow, dude. That was dirty. That was dirty, bro. That's our own homegrown TTE. Hey, Aaron in the house.
Facts. Is that snow on the ground too, bro? Damn.
That was crazy. Wait, where are you? Number 11? Aaron Horton. Let's get it. There he is,
like
the kid, number 11.
That's a good soccer name, Aaron Horton. I like that.
What a beast. Okay. Okay, Aaron. Okay. I don't think it's good to use prop firm. All are scammer. A lot of rules if you win. Yeah, I mean, pros and cons, man. Their goal is to make money. Your goal is to make money. They're gonna set up rules to make it difficult for you. You have the ability to strategize and get around those rules. I mean, it's a fun game to play, in my opinion. So I wouldn't say it's a scam. You choose to do that, right? The prop firm doesn't come into your bank account and just take money from you, right? That would be a scam. You choose to go on their website, read their instructions, right? Apply for their funding, and then there's a set of rules that you gotta trade by. You know what I mean? I mean, we all know they're not for us, right? But it's our job to create a strategic approach to take money from them, and that's what we do. So instead of looking at it like that, just say, hey, we got a little key to the door here. We can potentially milk these prop firms if we stay persistent and consistent in the winning strategy. That's all. That's all, my friend. 20 lots. 20 lots. It's football, not soccer. You are right. It is football. I'm sorry. Doesn't the Discord sound so much better now? I told you guys I should take those notifications off. You didn't want to listen to me. Doesn't it sound better? Man, so peaceful. I posted in charts for stream. Oh yeah, no problem. Let's take a look. Crazy B. You crazy B. You crazy B. Props are good if you make, if you're a good trader and you know how to strategize, we've been pulling thousands of dollars out of prop firms for like years now. All right, let's take a look here, brother. So I took some buys with the 15-minute breaking the previous candle's high to go back in the range after activating the sellers. With that, close 50% at resistant. Okay, perfect. Stops for 26 pips. Yeah, I like that. That's a good trade, man. Good trade. Was that the 15? The only reason I didn't get in is because over here, right, we kind of have these ranges to where a lot of times price will kind of break and retest or not. Like, see how it didn't close like a back in that range? So sometimes what that'll do is it'll break the highs first only to come back down, right? Especially if you have if price has a bullish bias there, which it did, when this was going down there. So the only reason I don't like that trade, everything that you've done here, this all makes perfect sense, and I love that idea. The only thing is sometimes like you'll get that break of the high, a couple pips in profit, and then get that closure. You know what I mean? Then you go down and fill that wick there. So that's the only thing. That's the only reason that I didn't get in and what kept me out. But yeah, good trade, good idea based off of the candlesticks, and you got you a nice W, bro. Really, really nice. Had that candle maybe closed above the range, I would have probably been interested in that. But just because we're really anticipating the rejection off the 4 hour there. Yeah, and the 4 hour is rejecting. So look at that, gang. Who was in Asian session last night? We talked about this area right here on the decimal. Literally on the decimal 8 hours later. Insane. All right, so now we have a bullish closure. We also have a 1 hour closure here. We closed doji. We have a 4 hour closure coming up. That 4 hour candle is now losing steam to the downside and starting to make its way up, especially after that 1 hour rejection. 30-minute strong closure. 15-minute is setting up perfectly here for us. So if we can get some sort of a bullish candle to close above, I will be going long here on gold. So if it happens on this candle, we can enter, or I'll enter at 9.15 to move up. If it's got to take one more candle, so let's say the next candle drives down here as well, so maybe something like this, all right, and then one more, then we could take the inverted celery. So we already know our options here, so we'll see where we're at. I like 9.30 though to start moving up. If we can get something like this, we can catch the entry from down here and then see if we can start moving. I say football, yeah, nothing's really that serious. Football, soccer, soccer, football. You're welcome, Crazy B. You're welcome, brother. Good trade, man. Good trade. Like, let's say we remove all these ranges. That's money right there. Right? Just based off of the candlesticks alone. So all I'm saying is when you have the ranges, though, this can help you sometimes to where, like, you know, you get rejected there or whatnot. So, yeah, that's it. Other than that, amazing trade. Green, how we doing, bro? How was your trip? Do I scale out of trades in Project X? Yeah, like, so sometimes you guys will see me, like, let's say we take a buy here. You guys will see me, like, let's say I got 3 contracts in. I'll say, hey, you know, I'm gonna take one off here, you know, and then I'll have another order somewhere up here. I'll take one off up here or something. Like in this trade now, this is probably how I would treat this, right? So if we closed above, I would look to enter this trade, right, on the next candle. So the way I would manage this trade here is I would use the previous candle as my stops, right, somewhere back below the range if possible. Then I'm going to look to get this lower wick, right, and then I'm going to look left, and I'm going to see, hey, on the left hand side, where are my where do we have issues, right? Where can we experience pushback from this trade? So I think the first spot would probably be like break even around these levels here. Once you get into this overall range, partials will probably be sitting up here, right in this zone, and then the full TP there. So what you'll see me do is take one off, and then take one off up there. So that's kind of how I scale out of the trades. Sometimes if we're struggling and we're not really moving, I'll just take it all off right there if I see any sort of struggle at any one of these levels, especially like 33.99 in today's case. So yeah, that's how I'll do it. How was it, Green? How was it? No pictures, no updates, no nothing, eh? Man's greenery. What's the difference with Dominion funding and Top Step? When people blow their Top Step account, it's normal. Dominion is like long term. That probably has to do with the price of the account. So Dominion, I don't know what Dominion is, but I'm assuming most forexes, let's say for a 100K account, you're gonna pay around $500, right? But in futures, like Top Step for example, it's only gonna cost you like 100, maybe 150 max for a 100K. So that may have something to do with it. Why people kind of say, hey, you know what? I'm literally paying 1/5 of the price. It's okay if I blow 1 or 2 in the process of getting funded. I mean, that's kind of how I see it sometimes too. But yeah, then you could also reset. So there's a couple things you can do to like get your account back, where in forex you can't do that. So you want to hang on to it, you know, because like $500 if I blow this.
Hold on to those accounts, bro. I remember. And
that's how they get you sitting in drawdown or just hanging around and, you know, floating P&L for like months at a time, because you're like, I don't want to spend another 500. Like I can't afford to blow this, but I got to get this done. Yeah.
I mean, I personally think like some of the rules the future prop firms put in are at least for the trader, like in terms of helping the trader develop actually, you know, like, you know, only taking out half of your profits in your balance, you know, the consistency rule, not over risking, the lockout feature. I think the futures more so have better rules to, like, to actually help the trader develop more so than the forex ones.
Yeah. Me too.
Like, you may not necessarily like the rules on the futures, like the consistency rule, but they are, you know, building good habits within you, like managing your risk and stuff, helping you develop.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like them. I like how you have to earn your size and stuff. I like all that.
Yeah. Yeah, 100K account straight to sim is $500. I remember having to buy a 100K account on my forex funds for over $500, and I had to go through two phases. I mean, the
Yeah.
fact that you can buy a 100K now account for the same amount of money and go right into the live is pretty dope.
Yeah. Dum, dum, dum. $100K, yeah. So that's the instant funded, the one that. If you put code TTE, you're gonna get a half off, I think, or 40%. But that's the instant funded account. So we're talking about the evaluation one. I think they call it is it called the elite? I wonder where they got
so.
that name from. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I think it's called the elite. Oh, by the way, gang, 3 out of the 4 elite spots are full. So if you guys are planning on getting to the elite program this month, there's one more spot. One more spot. So whoever wants it, it's up for grabs. Just be ready to learn. Be a good student. Be serious about this trading thing so I can point you in the right direction. What were we talking about right before that, though? Something about top one?
Straight to sim funded account.
Yes. And by the way, there's
the elite account.
The elite count, yeah. It's like if you use our TT discount code, it'll give you like 40 or I think 40% off right now. But Top Step, so there's word that we're gonna get to have 7 accounts, and that may pop off this week. Where you're gonna be able to copy 7 accounts. I don't think they're gonna run 7 accounts forever, so it's gonna be like a promo that they're doing. So I don't know how long it'll be good for, but the word is that they're going to launch a promo with 7 where you can get 7 accounts on a copy trader, and then it's going to go down to 5. So they're going to up it from 3 to 5, and for a short period of time they're going to have an option to get 7. The other thing too is I believe, and don't quote me on this one yet, but I think they're going to extend the drawdown a little bit. So whatever it is right now, I think 3.5% or something. Right? Is that what it is? Something like that. They're gonna extend it a little bit to 4 or 4.5 or something. But don't quote me on that one because they didn't say that one was definite. They said that it should be in that one, but we'll see. Hey, I tried telling them, Louis G. Yeah, I started with forex, XAU USD. Yup, I traded forex for about up until last year, really. Yeah, so from 2019 to 2024, I traded in the Forex market using XAU USD, GBP JPY, GBP USD. So a couple of those Forex pairs. Yep. Used Forex brokers. I used Dominion Markets for a while, which was all good, but then they stopped allowing US clients, or not allowing them, but regulations came in and all that. So I would still stick with Dominion Markets, but I couldn't use them for regulation reasons. Am I trading any of my own cash? Right now I'm not. I have a Tradeovate account with live capital in it. I haven't really traded it much. I've just been hanging out, having fun with these prop firms, really.
Yeah, bro, same. I'm probably gonna start trading it more though.
Yeah, I think I will start to trade a live account again pretty soon here. Pretty soon.
Yeah. Facts.
All right, we got 4 minutes for a closure. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I personally like trade. I mean, I'm all about trading both. I think pros and cons to them both. You know, prop firms, funding companies and personal capital. I think they both have their pros and cons. And why choose one or the other when you could trade both? You know. But it's all about you and your goals. Yeah, word, Aaron. That's fire right there, right? 5, 7 to 5 accounts. Nice. Yeah, copy the live. Why not? Right, Claytech? Put on a copy trader. Gotta be disciplined. Yeah, John. You know, I think, like I said, I think they both could be good. I think if you're a new beginner trader, go with the funded accounts so you don't waste a lot of your own money. But once you really start to understand, you know, how to be mature in trading, how to be disciplined, what setups to trade, I think going trade your live capital could be awesome because now it's like, all right, I made money today on the breakout play. I don't have to wait 10 days or this target, right? I could take this out today, you know, so you can't not like that, you know. So there's no better
True.
feeling, right, than making some money on the cash account and being able to withdraw it that day. So
I was just gonna say that there truly is nothing like trading your own capital. Like you
yeah.
make 500 that
So
morning, you take 500 that day. Like it's amazing. But like John was
if you were
saying,
to
there's
ask me,
pros and cons.
if you were to ask me what was the one thing I missed or one thing I don't like about the prop firms, it's that I can't cash out that day, you know, because
Yeah.
coming from personal capital, that's an amazing feeling.
Yep. Yep. DJ Scratches, not sure what happened, but well wishes, my friend. See you later.
Yes, sir.
See you later.
Get better DJ scratches.
Yeah, live accounts are incredible. They really are.
Right.
Like John's saying, there's pros and cons to it all. You know, the only thing now is you're trading your own cash, right? So, you know, when I lose, you know, we joke around all the time about what am I risking, $99 or whatever, right? But when I'm trading my own account, I'm not risking $99 anymore, right? If I lose $1,000, I lost $1,000 there, right? If I lose $2,000, I lost $2,000. So, you know, you got to be prepared for that side of it too.
Yep. Yep. Facts.
The other thing too is you get to, you know, abide by your own rules. You know, you don't have to, you're not borrowing money, you're not leveraging anyone else's company. You're just straight up working your own land there. So you know, operate how you want to operate, which is also very nice as well. But for some of you guys could be very, you know, very bad too. So like John was saying, as a beginner, you may want to just throw $25 at a funded account for a couple of months, right? Try and get it down. At least you're not trading with dollars. Like at least you could spend $25 and get like a, you know, 25K, 50K account and, you know, see a little bit bigger numbers where it like kind of helps, I don't want to say motivate you, but, you know, motivate you, inspire you a little bit versus trading dollars, right? So, yeah, and then once you got the skill set, I don't see why not having a personal account. I mean, last year I took 10K to 40, like fairly quickly too, right? So like way quicker than I could have done it at a job. So yeah, there's something magic about that personal live account.
Yeah, man.
If you know what you're doing.
Exactly. You gotta know what you're doing. Need to develop some sort of maturity first.
Yeah. All right, Doji candle here. The one good thing here is the 1 hour is like rejected all that. So now we have highs on both 1 hour candles here. This is no biggie, right? If we get the close, we're just waiting on a closure. That's it. And now we get a 30 closure too. So I would have liked to potentially participate in 915, but this doesn't look the hottest just yet.
You have to wait. We have to wait for candles to close.
Feels good trading your own money? Yeah, it does.
Thanks, bro.
So why not do it again? Yeah, I could, you know. Like I said, I've just been having fun
Honestly,
playing around with these prop firm accounts.
For real. I was having fun too trading with these prop firms.
It's fun.
They are, honestly.
You know, during those days too, again, like when I lost the trade, I was losing like $500 to $1,000, right? So I've been liking the prop firm thing for this year and just messing around here, not risking too much of my own capital. I'm trying to stay pretty liquid for some real estate investments I got. So yeah. I think I've watched the 15-minute time frame a lot without taking playbook setups. While waiting on the 30 time frame, miss a lot. Do you think I should start executing on the 15? Yeah, so you see how you're starting to catch a rhythm to it now? So staying out of it, you've now learned how to get into it, right? So I think you should start lowering your size a little bit, and when you're confident in that 15 minutes, start to use it. And now you'll get into your next level of learning the 15 minute, which is now throwing some real money on it, and that will help you tailor things up. We always talk about that, you know, not using the 15 a lot of times will teach you how to use it, believe it or not.
Exactly.
So W.
That's how we learned how to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, W for staying out and learning. $9.30, creeping on 9:30 here, Nick.
Creeping.
A fair time.
So let's run a fresh top-down analysis here, so we kind of make sure we're on the right path here. So I'm not completely sold on the daily candle moving up. You know, I'm not completely sold on that breaking the highs and pushing up here today, meaning these highs and filling that range. But I can definitely see us pushing up, right? Maybe not making a big full move out of the daily, but definitely pushing back up here at 9:30, right? So the 4 hour, we've needed a bit of a retracement, right? Because we were moving up on the 4 hour for many hours, right? So what you see here is you see strong candle, right? Strong candle, weak candle, and then bam, our resistance forms, right? So if we are going to pull back, which we are, where can we potentially pull back to, right? Meaning if price is going to make a higher low, right, where can that higher low, you know, it can go anywhere, right? But where logically could we see it moving to? So right here, if we just kind of look at the bodies here and the wick, we can see that within this overall range, we've officially kind of came right into that zone, right, in which we were talking about last night in the Asian session breakdown. So that's probably the perfect retracement. You know, that's the one we logically seen 8 hours ago, right? Over 8 hours ago. So if this thing goes down, right, I think if we start closing above, then at 9:30 we can get a push out of that 4 hour candle, right, to eventually start moving up like that. And then that's our move. You know what I mean? We don't need this whole big huge move. We need, you know, wherever that next range is. So yeah, I mean, I could see something like that going down, and then the next 4 hour closes, or I'm sorry, this 4 hour closes, and then the next one should, you know, potentially fill the wick if we want to keep moving up there. But again, I'm not fully sold on the big move on the daily here, just because that candle's got no wick at the top. But what I am anticipating is that we could potentially get like still a closure above on this bearish candle here, right? Kind of close up somewhat like celery play. So you got, you know, this candle here, right, with no wick on the top or bottom, and then maybe this today's candle can actually close above, right? So that rejection here is the buys that we're looking for. And then maybe tomorrow we can plant support, you know what I mean? And then kind of do something like this with ADP, and then Thursday and Friday fill the range. Maybe break all-time highs. Who knows? Who knows these days with Goldie? $30 gives some solid setup when there's volume. Waiting for the 30 will miss. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So rule of thumb for me is 15 minute gets looked at a lot more during when I'm tiptoeing around volume like we are right now. So we know that we have lots of volume. So we have 3 15-minute candles now, right? You're going to run into 9:30 or actually 2, right? Yeah, 9:30, right? And 9:45. Those are both going to be massive candles here. So I don't want to wait on 9:30 to close to try and take a position at 10. Meanwhile, I know the big move is most likely going to be between these two times right here. So that's why if we can get that closure now, we want to enter now, because that's where the volume is going to come in at, and we can trust the 15-minute here on the closure above. I know we're getting a 30 closure here too, but if we weren't, as long as we're like 9:15, 9:30, right, 9:45-ish, those are all extremely like high probability 15-minute trade, you know, entry times. Yo, what up, Craig? Good morning, bro. Good morning. Do we got any more highlights of Mr. Aaron? Do we have any more? That was insane. Aaron, that footwork was insane, bro. Holy. Oh, I got the email saying big announcement tomorrow. Yeah, top one. Top one futures. Big announcement tomorrow. Big dog. Big dog. All right, let me speed up some. I got a lot of, I'm behind here in the clubhouse. So if you guys have an important question, just send it through again, maybe. Did I take any in Asian session? Yeah, that's why I'm up almost 600 here. That's because the Asian session trade last night. So that trade was pretty simple. It was a, right here, buy position taken on gold last night during the Asian session. Kind of, you know, nice little rejection. Break of the highs there, close some profits around that area, and then we were looking to target this high here, and then boom, we popped up, hit target, and then right back down there. Right back down. Yeah. Yo, what up, Austin? Mr. ASFX in the house. How we feeling, brother? How we feeling? Happy, what's today? Happy, what is it? Tuesday, right? Tuesday. Yeah, happy Tuesday, man. How we doing? We playing some golf or what? Should we book a tea time for later? Green, you coming? Darwin was like, hey, Aaron, yo, Aaron's got that footwork, man. Aaron, I want to see you, I want to see some of that in July. All right.
ASFX in the building. What's up, Austin? What's good, bro?
Mr. Austin Silver.
Yo, golf, maybe I can come this time.
Maybe. How's the pod doing, bro? How's the pod? Let's take a look. If you guys don't know who Austin is, he runs ASFX. He's got a great podcast, great YouTube channel here. You got to check his pod out, though. He interviews a lot of really successful traders, couple good-looking ones, like, you know, this guy right here. This is the newest pod that we recently did. You guys could check it out. How's it doing? 7.7. Okay, cool. I like that. I like it. 166 grateful comments. I've read a bunch of them. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, it's a good podcast, man. This is a pod actually that I listened to like long before I was actually even successful as a trader. And, you know, just the lingo is different. He interviews a lot more of like a professional caliber type of trader too. So fire podcast.
Yeah, word.
If you guys haven't seen the pod that Austin and I did, go check it out here. I'll share y'all the link. Good pod, especially if you're a break-even trader. I feel like that was the podcast for you. Yeah. Learned about you through Austin. That's amazing. Rusty golfer. Let's go. Show the video of Aaron. I can't find it now. Someone's got to resend it.
That's me, bro. Rusty golfer.
Yeah. He's a rusty golfer.
Bro, I haven't played golf in like 4 months.
Come on, man. We got to get you out there.
Word, bro.
We got to get you out there, Johnny Gems. ASFX is against Raja Banks? Nah. It's not like that. It ain't like that. What's the rules to pass Top Step Combine? I would just go to their FAQ. Just go to the FAQ and read all through there because I can't even rehearse all that right now. I think you just need whatever target it is. You got a 50% consistency rule, and you got to hit the target. So that's about the extent of what I know. Oh, NQ looking good. Let's take a look over here at NASDAQ too. Yeah, I want to see a closure. If we can get a closure above here on NQ, I like this. But look at, we're rejecting there. Look at all that clean range coming up. It's beautiful. Yeah, let's hang tight. 930 closures should be where it's at. Ugly day, no strong moves. Yeah, there's really nothing too strong happening here at all. Same as yesterday. Just a lot of chop. Red folder. Yeah, we got a red folder coming out at 10. So we got Jolt's job openings here. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Although there's news at 10, I'm not opposed to trading at 9:30 here.
One back down.
What's up, solo trader? Welcome in. Welcome. We have not taken any trades in the New York session yet. Nope. Just one trade in Asian, which was last night, which was right here. This buy position. Oh, y'all got the email, yeah? All right. What's up, J Mac? How are you, bro?
J Mac, what's up, brother?
Oh, massive announcement drops tomorrow. 7 a.m. Central Time. Let's go. Huge. It's going to be huge. I caught the trade in Asian. Yeah, that was the only trade I took here today. Yup. I think there was a couple more sells taken, though, throughout the clubhouse and stuff. The rules for passing combine is full margin on A+ setups. He's not lying. He's not fully lying there.
Nope. Definitely not.
Oh, okay. J Mac, okay. Definitely will, brother. Definitely will.
Another doji candle. Damn.
Yeah, this ain't pretty at all. Who's happy we stayed out of these sells, by the way? Anyone? Maybe you weren't happy in the moment, but are you happy now? Like, this would have been such an unnecessary loss right there.
Yeah. 4-hour candle coming back down.
Yeah, man, that 4-hour candle. We'll see, man. We'll see. We gotta wait. We got 29 minutes for the 4-hour closure and then news. So you got no top wicks here. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. We might get a crazy move. Yeah, we should get a crazy push here. So the only way I'm taking NQ on a move like this is if we like straight up wick down first and then break the highs. See how that move just popped? No bottom wick or anything there. Yeah, this is good. A 4-hour closure on NQ looks fire too. Look at all this range.
$9.30 came to play today.
On all pairs?
Right?
Goldie's still struggling.
Gold.
What the hell? What time's London open? London is 3 a.m. Eastern. 3 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to come trade London with us in the clubhouse. 1:30 a.m. we start for pre-London, and then we trade all the way into the London Open and whatnot. We usually wrap up London around like 4 a.m. Eastern, 4:15. So we're live for London every single night, besides last night. Besides last night, yeah, we don't talk about last night. Chat, just forget that happened. My fault. My apologies.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. I thought I was in gold cells, but it was really just George VDM.
I thought I was streaming the London session, and then I woke up.
I thought John was streaming the London session. I didn't know what happened last night.
Yeah, I thought you were.
I didn't know what was going on, man. You know what's crazy? I literally waited up. It was like almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I sat on the couch, and all I needed was another 30 minutes. That's it. And yeah, somehow I just knocked out. No alarm, no nothing. Woke up at 3 a.m., 3:15. George VDM was like 50 pips in profit. It was like 20 other people 50 pips in profit. I'm like, man, so sorry, but I'm going back to bed. Yeah. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's happening. I thought someone was hosting it. Gold moving on forex. Moving. I'm still thinking that we reject off this 4 hour, but we'll see.
4 hour closure coming up. Might get a very weak, small body bearish candle closure on the 4 hour as well.
That's true. Yeah, like a weak one.
Wow, gold really just stayed within that range like all day.
Look at NASDAQ. Oh, man. Right back down, baby. So now if we get a closure above, this is money. This is real good. What were you saying about gold?
I said right after your Asian buys, gold moved down and then ranged, and we've been in the same range from like 33.90 to like 33.77 now.
Yeah, since London.
London, yeah.
Yep. Playbook way or no way? Yeah, I like that. That keeps you profitable. I'm gonna drop another video on YouTube, little car talk. I think I'll drop it today or tomorrow. Have I been dropping them on Wednesday? I think I've been dropping them on Wednesdays. So we're going to do another one tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be all about really just, a little bit outside of trading, but more so about systemizing your life. You know what I mean? Like really getting on, a regimen, a routine and whatnot. So that'll be the fourth video of these, me just kind of sharing some thoughts here on the car ride. But we're going to talk about systems, how and why you should apply systems into your life to stay more productive, to leave less time for just, screw ups and wasted time, and just be, efficient with your day to day. If you have dreams and goals, because if you got dreams and goals, you've got to be efficient day to day. Otherwise, days will slip by, weeks will slip by, and, eventually you'll be like, man, I haven't even journaled in a year. Or, you guys ever do that? You're like, wow, I haven't went to the gym in a year or whatever, right? Yeah. So it's very easy for those good habits to slip away. So if you're on routine and you have a systematic approach to your day to day, you don't guess, right? Some of you guys are thinking, should I go to the gym today? Maybe I'll go. What time should I go? That's too much thinking, way too much. That leaves way too much room for error and really human error, right? But if you just, should I go to the gym today? And you open up your calendar, you go, I don't know, is it in here? Oh yeah, it is. 11:30 a.m. Okay. I'll be at the gym at 11:30 a.m., right? There's no thinking. You know what you need to do. And all these habits and plans, right, take you from the morning into the evening are all geared to get you closer to your vision, right? So that's the best way to live, in my opinion. And we're going to drop a little video tomorrow. That
might be the best Gems in the Bends video you do, bro, honestly. That's powerful right there.
It's definitely the longest. I think this one is gonna be like 17 minutes or 16 minutes as opposed to like 10 minutes.
That's great though.
Make the days count. Yep.
When you're disciplined, when you're disciplined to your systems outside of trading, you'll be disciplined to your systems in trading. So it definitely is powerful.
True, true. And then once you get the result of that, it becomes addicting.
Right.
So what are we doing here? Yeah, up and down, up and down. So this is why I stay away from the NASDAQ at 9:30. Gold fueling up for a huge move. It definitely could be, man. Anytime you see price consolidating all throughout the sessions, it's typically gearing up for a big boy. So you got a lot of range to the downside. You got clean, decent move coming up. So this the planner I use. Yo, that's so amazing, bro. I used this planner for years. I have about 7 or 8 of these fully written in. This is what I used like coming up in the game early on, like but way before I even like started trading. The 10x. Yeah, I was gonna say it wouldn't surprise me if I had them in I have this box over where I got a bunch of stuff in it, and these are my goals, man. This was back in, where's the date? 20. Where's the date? I think this was 2015 or 2016, man. Look at this. I had a goal to save 15 grand. That's crazy. Freedom was on there. Yeah, that's an amazing. I really love the 10x planner. It keeps you very productive. Very, very productive. Yeah, because the 10x planner, where did that go? It's nice because you get to, so this section here, can I flip this? Yeah. Yeah, so this thing is sick because, especially this side over here, you can, oh wait, why doesn't yours have what mine has? Quote of the day, target, success. Am I tripping? How come yours doesn't say like right goals, quote of the day, targets, successes? How come it don't say that? Yeah, but you know what my quote of the day was on this random day? It said, do what others won't so you can live like others can't. That was my quote of the day. And that's something I've always been willing to do, is what others won't so I could live like others can't. Mr. V would say it all the time. He said, Nick, if you do now what others are not willing to do, eventually you will get what others cannot get. And again, the guy never lied, man. The guy never lied. What else? What else? Read for 60 minutes, 2 audios, stay in the trenches. Crazy. This is when I had goals to buy my wife a ring. Yep, it says buy wedding ring. Is gold buying? Nah, gold's just moving down.
Patient day here with gold.
The next day, my quote of the day was, don't let no hold you back. Simple stuff. Allow your satisfaction to come from your work ethic, not just your results. So this is me back in 2015. You know what I mean? Just trying to really instill that mentality and that mindset. Yeah, this is awesome. How come I'm surprised? This must be, is this a newer one or? Because mine has all the times and all that stuff there. Interesting. Might be a newer one or maybe even an older one. 15 breakout? Nah. Sells for me got to be below 33.70. There's too many problems in this other area. Yeah, because if you sell right here, I mean, look at all this chop to the left you're just selling right into. Or you could wait and then just have all that clean range coming down. Quote of the day, put in the work, all for the glory of God. So sometimes when you're putting in the work and you're tired, you're exhausted, and you don't feel like continuing on, you just got to say, hey, this is going to go out and I'm just going to go out to glorify you today. Just because you've given me legs to move with, arms to move with, a voice to speak, eyes to see, we're just going to go out and glorify you today. You know, so sometimes you're not going to be able to find your own strength in your entrepreneur journey, so you got to lean on other things.
Let's fire, bro.
Raja said, always focus on process. Always.
And stay positively focused on the process of trading as well.
That's so funny. Quote of the day, next day, think positive thoughts only.
Wow. That's fire.
So you got to remind yourself of these things, you know, until eventually what I was doing was I was consciously putting it into my mind so that one day, aka today, I would subconsciously think that way. Does that make sense? I was building those neurological pathways in my own mind, right? So that way down the road, I didn't have to reinforce being positive. I would just be positive. Does that make sense? And it happens from all the reinforcement and then acting. So a lot of people say, I want to be positive, and then they get thrown into negative situations. And they think, oh, well, poor me. No, dude, you want to be positive. That's God, the universe, sending you a negative situation to be positive in. Right? Come on, dude. So you can apply what you need to do, right? And as you apply, it begins to stick more, and then it just naturally becomes who you are. Chala getting down. Let's get it, Chala. Love it, brother. Love it.
Chala.
I love seeing this. Yeah, now I just use a black and white notepad.
Clubhouse, we really gotta rewatch that webinar on goal setting too, when that Nick did in the webinars. That one's powerful. That kind of correlates with everything we're talking about now.
This is my journal today. Every day, we don't fail with this stuff. Same exact format, same exact concept. I explain exactly how I went from basically broke and busted to wealthy and positive. You know what I mean? Wealth is not just a money thing, by the way. It's a mentality. It's a mindset. It's a heart set. It's all that. So, you know, to go from negative and broke to positive and rich, I lay it out exactly the spiritual laws I followed to get there, because it's not all about action. Trust me. It's not all about action. Yeah, check out the goal setting one. That was I think that was webinar 3 and 4. It's 2 hours of the spiritual laws of success, but I didn't want to spook you guys from watching them, so I just called them goal setting.
Yeah. Definitely gotta watch that one.
Ooh.
I'll probably rewatch that one today.
So I just flipped the page, and this was a big one. I had this quote of the day written on my whiteboard for many, 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 many months. You know what it says? It says, why should I settle when other men won't? This one rocked me. This one I really held close to my heart. Why should I settle when other men won't? Yeah, man, that one I used for a very long time. Need to watch that one? Yeah, definitely check it out.
Bro, you're a G, bro. Thank you for your wisdom, man. Thank you for pouring into us. Appreciate you, bro.
It's my pleasure. Ooh, you want to hear the next one? I don't think chat wants to hear the next one.
Maybe not.
I'll show you later, John. I think chat just drooling over gold right now. Oh my god, look at gold.
Yeah. Show
Look
me
at it
later, please.
Just look at it. Oh, would you look at that?
Screw gold.
Oh, would you look at that? I need to get my soundboard back up here, man.
Yo, you do, bro. Get it. 4-hour candle closure coming up too.
Yeah. How to outwit the devil? Well, the word tells us the man without. So what's the devil's? By the way, there's only one source and it's good, right? So if you're not experiencing that, you're just in the absence of good, right? So what does it say? It says that how will you perish? You will perish without what? Without a vision, right? That's what the Bible says. Though, man without vision shall perish, right? So what is explained in outwitting the devil? That the enemy, the negative force, can only, right, be present when the positive force is not there. But more importantly, if you don't know what you're doing or where you're going, you will be swayed by the matrix, right? So you have to have a vision, otherwise you will perish. And it's not that you'll perish and die, but your spirit will have nothing to look forward to on a day-to-day basis. You'll have no target in life, therefore you won't get anywhere. So if we built out the perfect ship, like Earl Nightingale says, we put together this multi-million-dollar yacht and we put it out on the water, but we didn't put any pilot in it, or not pilot, captain, any captain in that boat, and we just pushed it out, it will most likely end up on the beach all busted up and broken up, right? Because it had no direction. But if you take a crappy boat, right? Maybe this ain't even a world-class boat. This is a crappy boat. But you know what we put in this boat? We put a captain, right? We give him a map, right? We give him a destination on where he's going to go. So now, even if the craziest winds or the rains or the storms come in, that boat is still going to have a higher chance to make it to its destination because it has a captain who knows what it's doing and where it's going and a map to follow. So that's like in life. Your map is your goals, right? Your destination is your dreams. And if you ain't in control of it, right? If you ain't, moving that boat and directing it, then someone else is going to direct it for you. And chances are they don't have your dream life in mind for you, right? So keep that in mind. I'm trading on a TV. Holy smokes, dude. To remove the blue color? Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe TK can help. Can't leave us hanging like that? Tell us? Okay. What was it? It says, I'm competing with the best, not the rest. So you know what I had to do? That kept me on my game. Right? So when I read that, I said, I'm competing with the best here, not the rest. So I need to make sure I'm going above and beyond. When no one's watching, I need to make sure I'm getting my reading in, my podcast in, my self-talk. I need to make sure I'm reviewing my goals. I need to make sure I'm putting in the work when no one's watching, because I'm not competing with the rest. I'm competing with the best here, right? So I need to be my best in order to beat the best. So that one also kind of held a lot of weight for me as well coming up, and just kept me on my game, kept me sharp. And it was cool because in the business that I was building, there were other players, right? There were other running buddies who I basically had friendly competition with. So I knew, hey, it was midnight and I was getting ready to go to bed because I was tired. I'm like, nah, this dude Mike is up right now reading. I know he is. I'm not going to bed without reading, right? And I was competing with the best, not the rest. So it forced me to stay sharp and on top of my game. Even if Mike wasn't reading, you know what I mean? I was like, nah, that dude's reading tonight. I'm reading tonight. He's reading 10 pages. I'm reading 20. Call me captain.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah, quote of the days, baby. Quote of the days. Highly recommend, if you guys haven't used the 10x planner, go get it, man. I love that you can put quote of the days. In the beginning, you write your goals down. So you write your goals down in the morning, and then it has a quote of the day and then targets. So you write your goals down in the morning when you wake up. You write a little quote of the day to live by, And then whatever your non-negotiables are for that day, you put them down. And then you leave it there. And then you come back and it has a nighttime spot too, where you write your successes for the day. So out of those non-negotiables, what did you accomplish? And then there's another section to write your goals down again. So imagine if I'm writing my goals down twice a day, once in the morning when I wake up, once before I go to bed, and you're writing your goals down never, who do you think is going to win? Right? Over time, who do you think is going to win? So make success so easy, right? Do the things that are required. So it's like, it's almost difficult not to win big.
It's hard to lose. When you do what's required, it becomes hard to lose and easy to win.
It really does. Self-improvement, man. Yeah, exactly. That is it. Self-image, image of self. Your self-image determines where you go. So seek first the kingdom of God. Go look up where Jesus said the kingdom of God was. And then start getting to work. You know what the next quote of the day was? Very simple. 2 words. All in. All in.
W.
Next day, go all in. It's worth it. You know what the next day said? Everything I write down in this paper gets done. All in on NFP, baby. Let's go. Yo, what up, Sam, man?
Sam, man. What's up, bro?
The purple zones. Yeah, so the purple zone. So basically, at this point, these are pretty much like no trade ranges for me. So basically, within here is like a no trade. These are all like no trade ranges. So what I like is I like price action outside of there. So anything in this range, I definitely like. And then anything above there, I like. So I don't want price, or I should say I don't want to get into any moves if price is still in the red zone, if it closes in the red zone, because we've just been up and down in this zone without really able to make a decision here. So, and this candle can just pop right back up. I mean, remember this candle here before that was extremely bearish at one point, looked like it would never go back up, right? But then look how it closed. So the closure here is important. It's going to happen in 5 minutes. 15's got no wick on the top, so we got the Fibonacci out. 50% level. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's what I'm expecting the 4-hour candle to pull back a little bit, or time frame here. Let's whip out the fib.
But out.
Oh yeah, 50%. Who's that,
Honestly,
Ben?
got some.
There you go, Ben.
Got some nice price action, low key now.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're trying to see. We're trying to see if this 15 here, I mean, this 4-hour candle, like, we're obviously bullish, right? But we need a retracement. So, if we look at the 4-hour, we're really starting to get that retracement at this point. But now it's continuing down, so we got to see what's gonna happen here.
That's the power of the 4-hour candle closure. It was just about to close like a doji or a weak body, inverted celery type play. Now it's about to close strong bearish, continuing its trend down.
Yeah. That's the power of the Fibonacci. All right, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm still interested in the buys. You know what I mean? I'm probably not going to take this long overextended breakout anyway. So one thing I'll be waiting for is on the next candle. So if the next candle closes below, then I'm going to keep my bearish bias, right? I'm going to take sells here to move down. If the next 15-minute candle closes above the range, though, then we could say, hey, we got a fake out, right? We got this fake out, and now we could potentially look to take buys coming back up to the highs here, right? And then that'll be the move. And then, yeah, that'll probably play out around like 10-15-ish. So we'll see if we can get one. I think the last couple trades have been late buzzer beaters anyway here.
Yeah.
That's the pride flag. Oh my God. You guys ready for another one? Dang, I forgot about these. All right. You don't have to be great all the time. You only have to be great when it's time.
Damn.
Winners have this ability to flip a switch, right? You'll see this in all leaders. You'll see it in all winners, that they have this ability for game time, right? And they know when to turn it on. And it's a skill set. It's an ability to understand when you got to tap in. Like Rafi talked about this in the webinar in a totally different way, but it couldn't have made more sense, man. Like when you got to tap in, right? When Kobe Bryant had to tap into the Black Mamba, right? He didn't have to be great all the time. He just had to be great when it was time. And that's a message for you. This was something I was saying to myself back in 2015 here, you know, again, just trying to become the person that I wanted to be, you know, and establish the mindset and the mentality that I wanted to have for my future. So these were friendly reminders every day. And this one's another great one. Another great one. I hope you guys are writing some of these down. Yeah, news at 10 a.m. So we got news coming up here. So this would be awesome. So look, if we can get news to push us down and then do something like this, right? That's money right there. So I will be in this buy position if we can get something like that. It looks exactly like the trade we took last night in the clubhouse, right? Right? Something just like this where you get this closure like that, fake out back above the range. We wait for a lower wick and then we enter the buys to retest the highs here. And that'll be the trade. Yeah, that'll probably be the trade.
Will you be aggressive with taking profits or no? Going against the trend? Or?
Yeah, probably profits somewhere around 80, 77, 80, somewhere up here. Right up here. 77, 79, somewhere up there in this range. And then look, I mean, if we want to, you know, keep moving up, that's going to be our 4-hour retracement, our Fibonacci 50% retracement level, right? And then we could potentially break these highs and get a strong push for our runners here. So we'll see. This could be liquidity right here. 50-50. I tell people about flipping my switch and they can't believe it. Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to. I really wouldn't. Golden, yeah, the golden zone. Honestly, out of all indicators, and I know we joke about indicators here from time to time, but out of all the indicators out there, the Fibonacci by far was my favorite. I feel like that told the truth more than any other one. So I personally like the Fibonacci. I like the 61.8. I like the 50% level. But at this point, I can kind of see it with my eye now, right? So that's why I'm like already looking for buys and stuff, because I can just see it now. Just due to chart time, I guess. Fiber optimum. Bro, nah, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. So, JR Plunder says, let us not grow weary in doing what is right, for in due season we'll reap the rewards if we don't give up. Bro, that's so strange because I just flipped. That was the quote of the day. That's crazy. All right, we're moving down without a top wick here, so this could be setting up pretty nicely for us. Yeah, man, that's wild. Wild. Don't grow weary in doing well, for in due season you shall reap the reward if you do not quit. Wild, bro. Wild. All right, let's take a look at NQ here too. Yeah, NASDAQ up, so we came back down. We flipped bullish, closed above here. Very nice. The 50's not a fib level? That's what I call it, 50% level. I just call it the 50%, whatever it is, 500. Maybe it's 500, maybe it's 5. I don't know. All right, so the news came out here. Let's take a look. We got positive numbers. So green numbers on the dollar. So yeah, we could actually keep pushing down here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna let this candle close and then kind of go from there. This one? $50, $55, I don't know, whatever this one is. The golden zone. The good old golden zone. If you know, you know. Are you really a trader if you never bought Daniel Savage's trading signals back in the day? 2019. Do you really know what trading life is like? If you've never been a Daniel Savage bundle owner? Get the bundle!
Those London session signals?
I'm done. Yo, those are classic. Classic. Get the bundle!
Well, at least gold's moving away from all-time highs.
Yeah, that's one positive thing.
Right.
Dude, you need the bundle. Was he good or just a scam? I mean, I guess he's good. You know. He was alright. Just happened to have a red week, the week that I kind of joined, but it's okay. Everyone has red weeks every now and then. Why aren't we looking for sell? Just because of the news. This was a news candle, so I never trade the red folder news, nor did you even get like closures below or anything. We got 11 minutes though. So let's see how we do here. Regardless, we gotta wait at this point, either for this candle to reject and close like maybe above, then we could take our buys, or if we're gonna be bearish, I mean, either way, we're gonna probably have to wait here, right? Because you're gonna need a pullback now. So you can't just take a sell here. You know, you need a little pullback, and then you can continue selling. So it's gonna be some time. You know what I mean? If you got some errands to run and you gotta use the bathroom, go do it. It's going to be at least probably 15 to 30 minutes. Let's take a look at NASDAQ here.
Buys off support.
What support are we talking about?
Well, we gotta wait for
fresh
it.
One?
But
yeah.
Yeah. Buys off a new support look pretty good.
Savage was great entertainment. He used to take his guns and point them at the camera and stuff. I mean, that dude was hilarious. What do I think about VIP signals? I had a signals company at one point about 2 years ago, and I got rid of it because I felt like it just wasn't helping anyone. You know, the only person it was helping was basically me, right? So because yeah, those traders made money on the trades, but they didn't learn to trade, right? They just seen a number pop up on their phone, they jumped on trading view right away and they just placed a trade, but they didn't know why they were placing the trade or why they were managing it or getting out, right? So I just felt like that wasn't a good business to be a part of. So I got rid of that and then just stayed down and just kept the YouTube stuff going, and then eventually started the Clubhouse where I can educate further, but not the signals thing is never gonna help you. Yeah, it's really not. Even if they are VIP, VIP signals, because you don't learn anything there, you know? You don't learn anything. And if you're not learning, then when somebody else loses your money, you start complaining, you know, and crying and quaking and all that. And I'm just not in the business of babysitting quakers and criers and, you know what I mean? So I'm like, screw this. I'm out. So I just stopped. Like, I'm done. I was probably making $100,000 a year doing that, right? And I was like, I'm out. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Sounds like my boy Daniel. about to have a baby and noticed that my trading has not been the same since getting this amazing news. Would appreciate if you could share your experience being a dad and stuff. Yeah, you know, I mean, I think the big thing is you just gotta stay locked in, you know. Like when I always tell you guys, but the 3 most motivating words for me were, honey, I'm pregnant, right? So like, maybe you have to just step away for a week and kind of register what's going on, especially if you just got the news like last week, and just step away from the markets for a couple days and, you know, receive that, you know, and welcome that news. And at the same time, you know, in your own mind, start to plan your victory, start to plan your approach to, you know, the vision, right, that you have, and then really take it serious. You know, everything changed for me when I heard that we were going to have a baby, right? I was just trading to maybe get a Ferrari one day at that point, right? But then all of a sudden it became deeper than that. And that's when I really locked in. I stopped doing the immature stuff. But sometimes you need a couple days, maybe even a week, to kind of just let that information settle in. I mean, you're having a child, you know what I mean? That's not like just regular news. That's important stuff. So that's what I would say. Other than that, just stay locked in, bro. Stay locked in. Your future child is going to need you to do the work now. A lot of people are like, oh, my kids are young, I want to spend time with them. It's like, dude, when they're like 14, 10, 8, 10, 15, 14, 18, they're going to need you more then than they need you now while they're just sleeping, eating, and pooping. All right. So now's the time to get to work, right? If you get to work now, you'll reap the rewards then. And I think a lot of times, you know, people will use that as an excuse, but really it should not be an excuse. You know, it should be a reason to really commit and go hard. So nothing like having a big why, and that's certainly a big one, man.
That's facts. Yo, congrats on that, man.
Yeah,
Big
congratulations. Blessings to you and your wife, and hope everything goes well. Miracle taking place. Yeah, but for me it was lock-in time, you know what I mean? It was really time to lock in and get serious about making some moves here. Can I get your Instagram? Yeah, it's Instagram. Yeah, that's my IG right here. Right there, right there. Oh, there's the man, Austin Silver. What do you know? What do you know? Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram. Stories are usually always popping, very educational. A lot of good educational stuff here too. If you scroll down a bit, you have a lot of good videos. If you keep going further, you'll get a lot of my older like trades and stuff, but you'll see that they're still very similar to the trades that we take today. Yeah, you gotta do some scrolling for sure, but if you come down here, you got a lot of trades, man. A lot of good trades to educate yourself on and kind of see what we do and how we approach the markets in these quick little reels. I see a lot of you guys going back and checking these out. So W for you guys, you know, it's going to pay. I used to go back and watch Don and Raja's videos all the time. I remember John had them like saved in his phone for a long time, but these are all just real good knowledge. Watch them every day. Yeah. If you go further down the rabbit hole, you'll get some good books too. Yeah, you get some good books here.
Thanks, bro.
Some real good books.
If you go back further, then you'll see some posts from like a decade ago too.
Yeah, these are all recommended books right here. All highly, highly recommended books. Yeah. The journey, man, the journey. What a ride. Look at that.
That's the first post?
Trust the process is what I wrote. Yeah, I had another Instagram before this, but this is where I started like my personal brand journey. What year was that, bro? This was in 316 week. No, this was
2015
500.
says
Yeah,
on the bottom.
2015. So yeah, that was 2015, man.
Dude, that was a decade ago.
Just hustling on the come up.
But
On the
look, bro,
come
this
up.
is a decade ago, and look at my man, bro. Just
Look at
locked
Johnny
in.
Gems, all seed oil swollen here.
Yo,
That's before he was
chill.
off the seed oils.
that.
And George VDM in the house. What the heck? Is that Justin Bieber? What the heck is going on here?
Justin Bieber, what the?
Yeah, this is my beautiful wife, by the way. So awesome. Been with me on the journey the whole entire time. So nothing like winning with your spouse.
Yeah,
Is that George VDM? Hey,
George, what were you doing there?
seed oils, no seed oils, man. You got to get it right. That was that seed oil puff. That seed oil puff right there.
Had to enjoy the time, man.
I like to
Enjoy
call
the seed oils while you can.
I like to call it the seed oil swole.
Yeah.
I send you on a message on Insta, but no answer. Oh damn! I have a lot of messages. I will maybe send it to me again. Maybe send it through again. His wife is clearly Latina. Oh yeah, Asian. Nah, Asian. Think and grow rich, baby. Think and grow rich. The Tongue of Creative Force, highly, highly recommend it. The Art of Dealing with People, if you haven't read that, highly, highly recommend that. Mindset by, I think that was Carol Weck or something. Really, really good book. Yeah, this is when we started getting on the grind here, on the trading grind. So this was, where's the date? This was 2021, but this was like from really in 2019. Yeah. Yeah, and then we got to it. And then we got to it.
And we keep getting to it.
You can see some old, this one I created Time to Eat. This was, my goodness, this when I originally created the brand, Time to Eat Trading. That was 220 weeks ago. 220 weeks ago. That's
Bro.
insane.
And how many, like...
I had long hair
followers did
back
you
then,
even have
too.
at that time? The man bun, yeah, bro.
Followers? I probably had like 6,000.
Like, no one was really waiting on Time to Eat, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah.
when you were announcing it to the Instagram.
Nah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Wow. Wow, this is insane.
This is crazy, dude.
Nah,
'Cause
this
we've
is
been talking
wild.
about stuff like this.
That's 220 weeks ago, man. Yeah, you see, everyone wanted me, all my friends wanted me to do live trading like I'm doing now, but I just had a baby and everything, and I'm like, I could probably just send my analysis and whatnot. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. The beginning days.
Yeah.
Good times, good times. Yeah, these are all up. You guys can go watch these if you want. It's a lot of old school stuff here.
Yeah, those stories are nice.
All right, so we got this closure, but we need a pullback. So our nearest resistance is way up here, right? So that's going to be just only 250 pips away, right? So we need some sort of a pullback, ideally like a retest of that zone and then a move down. See this wick here? If we can get that resistance to form, then that wick's going to be our target there. So if you can bear with the markets for another 30 minutes and maybe we can get this push, right? This push here, closures below the range, resistance to form, and then we go fill that wick there. Something like this. And then right here is our target to come down and fill the wick.
I love that, bro. That's what I'm waiting on too.
If it just wants to drive, I mean, it is literally it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. I'm already up $600 today. It's not a big deal. And even if I wasn't up $600 today, it's still not a big deal. That hair, yeah, that long hair back then, man. Now, see, Austin be taking the glass. Where is Austin still here? Take the glasses from me, the long hair from me, G. Come on, bro. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, man, this is Lele early on. Long hair, bro.
Bro, baby Lele, damn.
Baby Lele bug. Yeah. Lele. How do you manage
Baby Lele was
risk?
the best.
Oh, man.
Off of candle closures.
A lot of books, a lot of books. I think this is when I started the Discord and the live stream right here. Yeah. Somewhere around that time. Look at this. Anytime I learn something, I'm always teaching it. Always. This is back in 2021. Me on a whiteboard with a couple of my boys chilling, drawing, telling them exactly what I was learning from the Raja Banks Market Fluidity course. Isn't that crazy?
Same, bro. Looks like we got some trends, some higher time frame candles, some ranges. You were talking about risk management.
I was explaining like dynamic risk and static risk, and look, closures below, wait for price to close above or below. Damn.
I love that, bro.
Wow. Look at me, I'm
Your
explaining
friends
the
are probably like, what is this guy saying?
candlestick trend, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high. This is epic. Yeah, this is epic. Just appreciate your journey, gang. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
That's the prize right there.
Nah, they didn't have to pay the fee here. No, they just got it for free. Now they got to pay the fee. No, I'm just kidding.
They got it for free.
They got it for free.
Yeah.
This is a classic one. This one I manifested me moving to Florida. So 1 year ago on 1/1/2022, and this was December. So this was 12/24/2022. This was a journal marking. Every day I wrote this down in my journal that I would live and move into a place in Wesley Chapel. Look at it. Bam, right there. Crazy, right? I was talking about earning 10 grand a month here. Yeah, wild stuff, right? Wild.
And all of it happened.
It all went down. It all went down. Same book, but the page different. The page different.
Hey.
Crazy. I had most of those books. Oh, word. Which ones? These ones? Oh, all the books on the individual picks, right? Yeah.
Damn.
Classics here. Here's the one book every man gets but never reads. What to Expect. You're pregnant. Every man's pregnant wife, somewhere along the line, brings them this ungodly long book that's like 1,900 pages. And I don't think this might be the best-selling book that no one ever uses. Anyone else? Dads, moms? Anyone else got that?
What were we expecting? Did you read it or no?
I did not read it. I did not read it. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. So we're pulling back on the 30. 30 might still close inverted celery too. You just never know here. I want to find that video so bad where Raja shouted me out on his live stream like 5 years ago. I'll be honest, I can't find it. But, you know, I did look that one day on stream, kind of rushing, but maybe I'll find it tomorrow or something. How is that not in my favorites? No sell stop for me yet. No sell stop. How old were you when I started trading? I learned technical analysis in 2021 when I was 23. Tried trading gold, own capital. I was 28 years old. 28, 29 years old when I first started trading. Before that, I was doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, as you can see here, like I was doing a lot of like network marketing, like e-commerce, things like that, speaking on stages, you know, doing stuff, you know, just speaking engagements, stuff like that. Yeah, so right here, I didn't even know I would ever be a trader at all. Yeah. things were going good and then they weren't, and then, you know, life throws you these ups and downs and you just gotta be built for it, you know.
There.
I have 6 children and I never heard of that book. God bless your wife, brother. God bless your wife. She didn't bring that to your attention. Am I 40? I'm 30. I just turned 35 in May 5th. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I did, however, attend a birthing session with a woman who oh my god. Well, that's logical. I want to learn how to trade, but it feels like I'm stuck in limbo, losing my way. That's the beginning, G. That's fine. Those are all normal signs. Those are challenges to see if you actually want to keep going. You know, all those little, like, I feel stuck in the beginning. Those are literally just challenges to say, hey, are you really serious about moving forward? Let's see if you can get unstuck. You know, so your job, DC, is to start getting unstuck. You know what I mean? Start getting unstuck. Start taking the right actions towards what a winning trader would do. And, you know, just show up every day and do the best that you can. And eventually it'll start to, you know, make more sense. And you'll understand it more, just like anything you do in life. It's totally natural to be kind of feeling stuck. I would go back to yesterday's live stream too. We talked about something extremely valuable in yesterday's live stream. I appreciate whoever this was right here, because if you go back to 2 hours 21 minutes in, I mean, this is gems right here, where we talked about adversity. We talked about, you know, playing the game and, you know, getting over the hump pretty much. You think I could be the next president? The next president. Little talk on personal branding. Yeah, personal branding is something I caught on to very early on in life, like 2015. Even before that, I was kind of giving people little tips and stuff on Snapchat and everything. I just never been afraid to share like the philosophies that have helped me in life. So from a very early age, before people were even like doing all this social media, talking to you on their stories, like I was doing that back in like 2014, 2015, and just trying to build an image, you know, and show people, hey, I'm the guy. You know what I mean? Out of everyone in this neighborhood who grew up out here, if you're trying to be successful, I'm the guy to listen to. I'm the guy to follow. And it was mainly because I was tapped in with some really good mentors during that time. So I just enjoyed sharing what I was learning. Like look at that picture that we talked about. Like, I'm one of those guys, I'll get my cup filled up, and then I'll right away look for people to pour into, you know what I mean? Like, and just, you know, kind of teach. So that was me, you know what I mean? That was me very, very early on in life, as I would learn something that just blew my mind, and I would just get on the camera and start sharing it. So what that did was that started to make people aware of me, right? Where every time they opened up their Instagram or whatever, I was the first story there. And they were like, hey, what's he got to say today? You know, and I was just giving them little tips on what I was doing to improve my life. So from that point on, that's where my personal brand started to build. And I probably had it up to like 7, maybe 8K followers on Instagram. And then that's when I opened up and started YouTube. And then from YouTube, it went from like 7K followers to like 40K followers. And then we also built another 40K on YouTube itself during like that, you know, that 2-year period. So yeah, it just blew up. You know, once I started sharing my knowledge publicly, like on YouTube, it just took on a life of its own. How many kids did you have? Yeah. None. What? That's true. Yeah, so you guys can follow me here. I'm seeing if we can get to maybe 50K. Can we get to 50K subs? or what do we call them on IG? Followers, whatever. So we'll see. We'll see. That's the trading game asking you if you're sure you're ready. Yeah, pretty much. John, did I mute you or something? My bad, dude.
Not my bad. I was just on mute for a sec.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gold really making us wait here, man. Look at this 30-minute now.
Yeah.
Coming up. So yeah, the longs might be in place here in like 2 minutes.
Patience.
He made 900 million this morning. Been in sales, real estate for the past, but market in Toronto is tough. Yep. Now I'm engaged, ready to start a family, so trading could set me up. Yeah, exactly. As long as you set yourself up with trading, you know, like don't be like the rest of these guys where they're trying to get all the results so fast. Like use this as a secondary income, build it smart, put money aside, learn the skill set, and then eventually it will set you up. You know, that's how you get set up here. But everyone forces it and rushes it, and they end up spinning in circles for too long. Honestly, it hurts my heart. That's why I'm here. Have I ever been to prison? I've never been to prison. No, I have had to go to jail for like 2 weeks back in 2010, maybe 2009. Yeah, a lot of things changed for me. You know, I was very enlightened during that time as well. Got to spend a lot of time alone and really just speak with the Lord for the first time in a very long time, and he kind of laid out my life, right? And I knew if I was willing to make the adjustments that the Lord would meet me halfway. And one thing I know for sure is he's faithful, and he can't steer a parked bus. So as long as you're moving, you could be moving the wrong way, but as long as you're moving, he'll steer that thing and get it to where it needs to be. Just got to have faith, belief, and, you know, do the right thing. Toronto, stand up. What's the best Toronto slang? Yo, you guys sound so funny doing that slang stuff. Bless you for answering some of these questions. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for the blessings. All right, gang. I'm getting ready to possibly go long here. This candle closes bullish. We leave a wick at the top. We get a lower wick on the next candle. I like this move up. My vision right now is probably something like this. We can get this lower wick, right? Break the highs. That'll be entry. Target will be up here at somewhere around 79. Full target will be back up there at 86, but we're going to need a decent closure here, and then that'll be the move. Something like this. Stops are 140 pips down there. That's going to be tough. So yeah, we're gonna have to use current or pick a 5 minute or something.
Yeah, I like that.
30 looks good though. This is what we wanted on the last 30. Yo fam. That's how y'all Toronto people. Yo fam. All right, let's see if we can get this lower wick here, and then we'll be ready to go. It'd be nice here if we can make a high and then come down and make a low, right? And then the buy stop will be sitting at the break of this high here. Today is a blessing. You're right, TZ Trades. We started this day off with gratitude, and I think that kept the energy. Yeah, early morning started off with gratitude and what everyone was grateful for, and Toronto in the building.
Sir.
Tutu, what's up with y'all, man? Tutu, like what? You guys are funny over there. I'm gonna have to visit Toronto. Could the 1 hour close fake out? 1 hour close fake out. Anything could happen here. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we get the lower wick and then break the highs and start moving up, the 1 hour is probably going to close bullish too. But we're going to need this lower wick. From Ottawa. Oh, nice. Ottawa. Got arrested 2 years ago. God used that to wake me up. Yeah, you know, that's why I say, like, yo, appreciate your valley moments. Appreciate your downtimes, because I bet you if you think of a downtime right now, I bet you looking back, you can probably say, man, actually, that might have been one of the best things that ever happened to me. Think about it. Think about some of your tough, challenging times in life. You know, some of them you're going to think, man, if that didn't happen, I don't think I'd be here right now. If that didn't happen, I don't think I'd think this way. I would have never met my wife. I would have never did this or had this kid. You know what I mean? So, like, you got to appreciate all the moments in life. One thing I'm grateful for is every single moment of my life. Every moment of it. Good times, bad times, all of it. You don't know anything. Come on, give us the slower wick. This looks juicy. It's the kids. I don't get it. Yeah. Energy's fire every session. Oh, yeah. We try and bring it. We try and bring it. I understand as the leader, I'm the thermostat. All right. So I set the tempo. So if I'm fired up, you're fired up. If I'm grateful, you're grateful. If I'm winning, you're winning. So. 172 tick stop loss on this one. Yeah, no big deal. Not a problem. Nah, that's why we need this lower wick. You know, that's the main reason that we need this lower wick, is because we need a stop loss. Yeah. Right? Because I don't want to put my faith in that stop and we just go boom, boom, bam, and I just lose a whole bunch of money, right? Like, that would be just stupid on my end. So if we can get a lower wick, one that I can get confident in, and then I will have a buy stop right there for the break of that high, and then keep the stops back below the range.
Yep.
I say if we can come back in that purple zone, that'd be ideal. That'd be pretty good. At that point, too, we can also potentially use the previous 5-minute stops as well here. So if I cry, you cry. Amen, Isaac. Amen, brother. We have a steep 30-minute wick. I need an attempt to fill the wick, which would also invite more sellers. That is very true. Yeah, so if you get a little bit of a push down here, that's going to activate a lot of sellers here, right? But yeah, I think one more push and we'll be good. One more push, break that low, and then the buy stop can get set. What's the green day, win day thing? I think we got one green day. Yeah, we finished yesterday green. Not like crazy green. Actually, I think we did finish pretty good green because, what's it called? TradeZella, for some reason, leaves my Asian session trades as the prior day. So looks like I finished $600. So one green day, and that's it here. All right, that's gonna be good for me. So I'm gonna have a buy stop here on gold. If we break that high, we should begin to move up. I would say we can move up towards like 77, 79, and then probably pull some profits at that point. Stop losses for me is going to be this 5-minute candle. So you see the 5 right here? It's going to be that. So 3366.7. That'll be it. Boom, 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 boom. Break some 5 lows, maybe. Okay, lovely. So I'm in here. So I'm in. Buy's looking good. Stops are going to be below the 5 lows here, which is about 65 pips. And then TP is going to be somewhere, yeah, right around, I would say more so like this top wick here. If we can get that top wick, that'd be perfect. You guys can also leave the stops anywhere you like. You could leave them current candle if you like to, just to keep them tight. I'm going to give it a little bit more room just in case we want to flip bearish on that candle and like make a little bit of a move down there. So that's going to be what I'm looking at. That's pretty much the trade. Partials are going to be closed at 77, 76 here, and then the full target, you know, at probably like 86-ish. And that's that.
Make a steeper topic here on the 4-hour candle.
Yeah. So we broke the highs here on the 4-hour. Let's see if we can continue breaking them. If Johnny dips, we dip. If he dips, we dip, I dip.
Ain't dipping without the pips here.
All right, so our job is done. We'll see. We've drawn up this idea. We'll see if it can work out here for us. Looks good. 30-minute, nice rejection, nice onion. 15-minute, nice fake out, nice onion. 1 hour coming back up to break the highs. Same thing with the 4-hour here after a rejection. So looking pretty good to me.
Yep.
Very similar to my last trade, which was right here. Right, similar. Oh. Yeah, very similar to this last trade that we took, which was this guy right here. Nice rejection to the downside, break of the highs, nice little move up, and then we'll see if it can run. Runners would be nice here too today. Especially the 4-hour candle, right? The idea of the 4-hour candle starting to move up now after coming into that range. I mean, that's kind of the goal there, is to see this 4-hour candle look something like this in the next 3 hours. It's a onion / fake out. Yeah, so either one, same concept. The fake out just kind of adds a little bit more confirmation to the onion. Looks good, but so much up for the day. Yeah, that's fine. If you're up for the day, no biggie. Yeah, if you're green, stay green. Nobody dips, nobody move, nobody gets clipped. When MGC, nice. MGC, beautiful. Do I have a car? Yeah, I have a car. Break even, same level as partials? Yes. Yep. Yeah, our initial idea here is going to be to see if we can come up and make a top wick on this candle right there. So that's going to be like our original idea. That's where I would say go break even close partials if you like. I think at that point we'll be sitting about 40, 43 pips in profit there. So yeah, that's what I would say. Um, 5 minute, come on, 5 minute. Yeah. Does this strategy work on all pairs? It just depends if you're using candlesticks. So as long as you're using, this is more so a candlestick anatomy type of strategy than anything like a simple price action. So if you trade and you use candlesticks as information to trade, then yeah, this will work. Now you just gotta tailor it to your pair that you're trading. So like volume. This strategy helps, or I should say it's really good when volume comes in too. So if you know where volume strikes on the specific pair that you're trading and what time, then yeah, it'll work out well. Where'd John go? I don't know. Maybe he went to get some water. Maybe he went to get some iced tea. Maybe he went to use the bathroom. Maybe he went to blow his nose. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he went to kiss his girlfriend. Who knows? We'll have to ask him. You want to step away for a minute? Should I step away? Should I even be here right now? Maybe he went to pick his nose. TK, how we feeling? It's sunny, eh? Very nice, very nice. What about GJ? GJ. I haven't seen GJ in over a year. Mate. There's Johnny Gems. Hey, Johnny Gems. Where'd you go?
Hey, how you doing?
Chat's curious about where you went.
Sorry. I had to go help Maddie with something.
They really want to know.
Sorry, chat. I go help my girl with something. Yeah.
There you go, chat. Let me find my kid's soccer shin guards so we can take GJ trades. Uh-oh.
Oh, damn, bro.
Who still trades GJ? Anyone? GJ was a great pair early on in my career. Most definitely. If you go back on my IG stories and all that, you'll definitely see a lot of GJ. Lots of GJ.
15-minute closure coming up.
15 closure in 1 minute. So the only way I exit this trade is if that 15 closes without a top wick, or if we hit target here. That's pretty much it. You still trade pound yen? Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I haven't traded GJ in a year. Haven't even opened the chart up in a year. How come I don't trade it? I don't know. I just naturally stopped trading it as much as I was before. I think the opportunities in the New York session just kind of slowed down a little bit. So that's pretty much it. All right, are we gonna close without a wick? I'm gonna close partials. I'm gonna close partials right here. So sell. Yeah, I'm gonna close one contract there. I'm gonna move stops to break even, and then see if this thing could just make a short lower wick and keep running. Yeah, so I closed one contract there. You guys don't have to go break even too. You guys can, you know, do whatever you like here, but I figured I'd go break even. We have little to no wick on the top. If we want to make this lower wick and keep moving, that'll be great. If not, I don't really care too much. I'm out, done for the day. Nice, Vishal. Yeah, we're only, you know, 20 pips. So it's only 20 pips there, but
yeah, I got out at break even.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could probably still continue up. We're in this counter trend move here, though, so I think that'll be good enough.
If we weren't counter trend trading, I would have held.
Yeah, because what we have to be careful here is just the simple fact of like the retracement, right, coming down. So I really wanted to see this candle push quickly, right, when we got entered in, to run up there and then make that move quick. So there wasn't much of a quick move here. We could slowly move up, but Yeah. The stop loss? Yeah, I just had stops below the 5 here. Just wanted to make sure I had some structure. That's all. You could have had your stops below the low. So either one worked, right? The entry like this, right? Something like that for the trade. Or you could have used, just to give yourself a little room, that 5 minute. Yeah. Everything changed when the yen pairs. Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of things changed last year, especially in the NY sesh. London, I'm sure it's still pretty good. Is there a London session tonight? Yes, 100%. 100%. Yeah. GJ's too slow for me? Yeah, a little bit now. Yep.
Facts. When you got NQ and gold, definitely.
So let me just mark this up real quick. Yeah, I basically use NQ now in place of GJ. All right, cool. So that's pretty much that. So partials are closed. I just got hit at break even on that little move down. Let's see if we end up moving up or not. Trying to request a payout when I did with Top Step. Add this. Does this mean I'm getting taxed? Oh yeah, yeah. There you go. That's for them to send your 1099. Because you're basically a private subcontractor for them. All right, so we didn't get like a big move here, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. We've been chopping around. Price action's all funky here. We got 20 pips. It's prices all over the place here, just like yesterday.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah. So break even or partials there is fine. Even if you just went break even, that's totally fine too. Trying to hold up for that bigger move there. So we may still continue up, but 30 minutes coming back down now, and it's just price all over the place.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with going against the trend as well. You gotta be aggressive with like BE and securing profits, I think.
Yeah, we'll take our little piece of the pie.
Yeah, bro.
Enjoyed this sesh. Love to talk. Hey, good to have you in, Patrick. Good to have you in. If you guys enjoyed today's session,
Peace,
give
Patrick.
the stream a like. If you took some money today, give the stream a like. Sub to the channel.
Yeah. You know what I am down for though, Nick here?
To leave?
What?
To dip?
Nah, bro. To
What?
take a sell-off resistance here.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were getting ready to leave.
I ain't effing leaving. Wolf of Wall Street.
You want to just come over and watch Wolf of Wall Street all day? It's only a 4-hour
Yeah, I'm
movie.
down, bro.
We'll get prepared
me
for the
cash this
Asian
quick
session
sell.
tonight. I'll get my motivational speech ready.
Yeah, bet, bro. I'll pull up after this sell here.
Hey, how was my motivational speech today, chat? I wrote it up just before I got on the live stream.
It's money every day, bro.
Success.
Yeah, I see that NQ form and support too. Yup, I like that too, J-Ski. I don't want this candle to dip though.
Like a pullback, you mean, for support?
Yeah. Well, 15 minutes gonna give you like a new support, but the 30-minute would be nice too.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. That might be the only support you get on NQ here, and then we just keep blitzing up. So
Yeah.
something like that. Later, Stewie B. Have a great day. Louis G, you're welcome anytime, brother. Anytime.
Peace, Stewie.
Later,
Louis
later,
G.
Stewie. Stewie!
Louis G, bro, pull up. We'll go hit the gym and then watch Wolf of Wall Street, and then get some steaks.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Say less. We'll cook them right here at my house. We don't even have to go get them.
Bet, bro. Yeah, facts. We're chilling,
Dude,
bro.
I loaded up
I'll bring the
yesterday.
potatoes.
Yo, I loaded up on some amazing pieces.
I bet you did, bro.
Taking a W on that trade along with your wisdom. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. You're welcome, TDR. Tactical. Damn. Goldie. Is this 4-hour candle going to continue running, eh?
I think so, bro. We're making lower lows and lower highs.
Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo.
The question is, are we gonna wait for 8 minutes though?
Yeah. Just watched Wolf of Wall Street last night. My killers. My warriors. Johnny Gems and Magnus, that's what I think of them. My killers. My warriors who won't take no for an answer.
Yo, shout out Nick for the mentorship. Let's go.
I'm sure a lot of people took that trade, if you know what I mean. You're stupid, bro.
I don't know what you mean.
All is good here if 15 close with bottom wick. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I might say wait for a 30 closure. They're all closing at the same time, so this wouldn't be bad. That would also be the 15 closing below, right, like that. So yeah, not too bad. Let's see. Please check charts for stream.
Nick.
No problem, brother. What up?
You should try that barbecue chicken recipe that me and Maddie been cooking up.
Oh yeah, I don't eat chicken.
Well,
I only eat steak.
switch it up, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Steak,
I'm just kidding.
chicken.
All right, let's see.
I like to switch it up.
What
Ground
kind of
beef,
barbecue?
steak, chicken, turkey, eggs.
Do you use like specific
The
barbecue
crock pot.
sauce?
What?
Barbecue sauce? Do you use like
Yeah.
what
hell yeah.
brand? What brand?
I forget what's
Send it to
called.
me.
The
Just send it to me.
the one that mom used to use. You know that one?
I'm not too sure. Send me a pic.
I bet I will.
All right, 15-minute candle, got a pack runner, took profits at BE level, just wasn't confident after 2 red days. Yeah, this isn't bad. This is on MGC here. Yeah, took partials up here, or basically took full profit. You got the fake out, took your buy, stops kept below the lows. Yeah, looks good. The only thing is sometimes this will bother me right here, but if there's high volume coming in, usually you'll smoke through this. If there's not that much volume coming in, then sometimes it's going to be best to just kind of wait for a closure above here. But again, that's kind of like what we're talking about when we were talking about the breakouts earlier, is that if we get a fake out in our bias, because look, I mean, we always know where price is going for the most part in terms of direction, right? So like, it's not like we don't know where price is going. It's just sometimes we don't get the entry, or sometimes we don't get the setup, or whatever the case is. But man, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times we know the direction. So if we have a good read on the direction, what we'll start to do is take this trade a little bit more than we would take this breakout trade, right? Because if we're bullish and we're expecting price to close above, then why not bank off that fake out there, right? And then what's the chances we're coming back down to these stops, right? If we're bullish, most likely, if anything, the next candle might drop down in the range a little bit, but then continue moving up. But yeah, I think it's a good trade. And then right here, honestly, you can close your position or close your partials, go break even. And now, I mean, if this next candle decides to run and fill the range, you got a good trade on your hands.
Sir.
Yeah, so good trade. Who was that? Simzy? Yeah, good job, man. Good job. Oh, that wasn't the trade? My bad. My bad. Oh, that was charts for Clubhouse. Charts for stream. Hold on. He said that wasn't the trade, but good looks. Hold on. Charts for stream. Charts for stream. All right, let's take a look. Okay, this is it, right? Yeah. All right, so daily bearish, 4 hour bullish, 1 hour bearish, bearish, bearish. Okay, everything bearish besides the 4 hour. Retest the resistance level. Okay, close bullish without a bottom wick. 4 hour open. It seemed to be look like major support. Okay, looking left. 4 hour pack runner. When there's a 4 hour support and resistance level followed with major observation zones, is it a confluence to my trade idea? Let's see. So if the 4 hours at support, when there's 4 hour support and resistance level followed with major, I'm not too sure. Honestly, I'm a little confused here. This a lot, man. I was in resource room, bro, growing up in school.
Dude was in the math 180
I'm trying
class.
to picture this. 4 hours at support and resistance level followed with a major, yeah, you're gonna have to retype. I can't wrap my head around that. Sorry, brother. Make it a little shorter. Just type in ChatGPT, same message, only half the words. So I think what you're saying though is like range 1, you don't enter here at all. You wait for that second range, right, which is going to be this closure here now, to close below. So you wouldn't sell off of any of these candles here. You're correct. You wait for the closure below, in which you got. That made it a range, like range 2, like you were saying. Sells below there. You got yourself a celery play. Clean traffic to the left. 4 hour close without a bottom wick here. Yup, just to give that candle a low, and then that's the trade. So yeah, I think I got what you're saying now. So 4 hours in like rejection area, but we're still bullish, so you still want to wait for a range 2. We get the range 2, break of the lows, clean traffic to the left, no wick on the 4 hour. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. 4 hour close without a bottom wick. You were targeting that area. Yeah, I like it. I like it. There's a lot though. Summarize in ChatGPT, yeah. Damn, Gold, what you doing here? 40 seconds on this closure. Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's okay, I can't read. Yeah, I can't read. I can only read candles. Ha! And the price tag. I thought we might get a celery. Yeah, doesn't look too good here. Yo, did our track just start playing back to song number 1? That's crazy. I don't think we've ever had that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's gonna call it a day for me. So that's all I need to see right here. That is it. It is a wrap on this session, a wrap on this trading day. We walked away green, which is the most important piece. And actually, no, the most important piece is that we followed our plan. We were very patient today. We were very scientific in our approach, waited for that one opportunity. It didn't run, just like yesterday's trade really didn't run, right? We got ourselves 20 pips, decided to go break even. And that was it. You know, a couple scraps here today, but maybe we feast tomorrow. Makes sense too, you know. Monday and Tuesday, just nothing really going on outside 10 o'clock news. So it's basically been all waiting for 10 o'clock news, and then bam, 9:30, 10, make a big move, and then that's it. So the last 2 days we had that 10 a.m. news, but tomorrow we begin, right? ADP 8:15. That should bring volatility into the whole session at that point. Plus you got PMI tomorrow as well. Got a bunch of stuff going down. So yesterday and today were probably the 2 slower days of the week, but tomorrow through Friday we should get ripping here. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Sure.
Maybe we get a like a gamble account for NFP. and we do like something fun. We also have more giveaways this week. So we got about 5 or 6 more giveaways, 50K futures funded accounts with Top One Trader. Keep an eye out for tomorrow. Top One's got a big announcement coming. I already kind of spilt the beans a little bit on it, but there's more information there. So yeah, any other questions, comments, concerns before we dip out? John, any final thoughts for these wonderful, amazing winners out here?
No. Great job on following the plan today. We'll get to do it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah, we had a little throwback today. So if you guys aren't following me on IG, go follow me on IG. I hope the story in some way inspires you a little bit and you could relate to it a little bit. But just know, man, I started this thing just like you, not knowing what a pip was. So all things are possible. Let's continue our run here. And yeah, we'll be back for Asian tonight.
Sounds good, bro.
It is.
Thank you, my man.
Clubhouse, good work. Johnny Gems, good work today.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I'll be in London tonight if Magnus isn't there, so the link will definitely be out at 1:30. And for everyone else, we'll see you guys back on the live stream right here tomorrow around like 7:45. All right?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Peace out, game. Peace out,
Let's
chat.
go. Let's go.
Peace.
If you're not in the clubhouse, what you doing, man? Pull up. Holla at y'all. Peace.
On me, thank God we straight. Even though I might pull up late, I ain't never too late. I'm saying my grace like God is great. Decorate this ice like birthday cake. Just tap to the food, I'll make my plate. I don't mean to be rude, you fake your face. Pull up in the church in the rave. You know going on like Marvin Gaye. I keep on K, just pardon me. You new to the game like Shawshank. I gotta let go like love, forgive me. You know we in the house. We gotta go up like chimney. It's not just on me, it's in me. Devil, you can pull up in the hood if you want to. South Park, who killed Kenny? Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You don't want smoke with any.
So you buy me bae, greed and sway, lowly humble, which one lays? The demon stepping, blew them thing back like Christmas past. Let go, let Christ, let go, live life. Can't help myself, you took them stripes, you took my strife. How I can't forget them folks, but try to leave my wife. I mean it, Memphis Rocky, hear your father, turn your cheek, don't fight. I'm rapping my tail off, I'm shipping the mail off. I'm getting my prayers off, taking my hands off. I wake in the morning and get out the box like Kellogg's. So much from day to day, feel like a featherweight, gave it to God to take care of. Hey, few, I let go, let God, let me go catch my red eye.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I am KB, that there 1K, tell them twin identical. Pride on minimal life behind these bars, my album criminal. I can't do subliminals, what you think is not this critical. Watch out, it'll go. Christ gon' trump your candidate, body in this political. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I go petro, metro, retro, then I escrow my residuals. It's too formidable, them golden idols pitiful. I'm burning calves like a lyrical, this is typical. Keep it minimal, teach you how to boy. I'm out here giving clinicals. Go hard as bicentennial, nothing mythical, need no rituals. Grace of God is on continual, my boy.
I keep my top down. Live on my head cause I can't wear the crown too low. Never gon' bow down. Everybody out there run the game so they pass on me. Stream like a bow. When I came up, they were whooping but we still on the leash. People gon' talk down. They gon' in love cause I still serve the most high. No, I won't stop now. When I throw signs up, it's not what they said. know that for H-Town. Roll it on warrant, try not to get caught by them fly. Still put the top down. Love for the father, make kiss for the fans, yeah. This what y'all now. Only sinners walk with grace. Pack your bags, follow me home. Pray my sins, turn out winners. Keeping that lead when I'm long gone. All of my fears can't hold me back. Let go of those who did me wrong. All of my fears won't hold me back. What don't kill me, made me strong. Victory lap. Be on attack. Ain't looking back. Rushing outside like I'm slipping in the bando. Bible on me, I feel it like Rambo. Devil trying to hide, he ain't wearing no camo. Killing myself, God took it out the plan though. Still on fire for the Lord with fans up. Heard them talking stupid, they cut it in like a Van Gogh. I'm sitting glad, let me cut the thing real up. I been looking up high when I feel low. And we still outside with the can folk. I was scraping both sides to the rim, bro. I was walking through church with the trench coat. Sending my 10% through Venmo. Lord said he be back, hit a memo. That's a cross around my neck, not a crystal. There's a Bible on me, not a pistol. You don't even know what I've been through. All these sinners walk with grace. Pack your bags, follow me home. Bring my sins, turn out winners. Keeping that lead when I'm long gone. All of my fears can't hold me back. Let go of those who did me wrong. All of my fears won't hold me back. Cause what don't kill me made me strong. Victory lap. Be on attack. Ain't looking back.
Feel the sun. Why can't life just change? I've been trying to find my way. I'm tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just trying to be me. Now it's just trying to be tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just trying to be me. Now it's just trying to be tired of going through the motions. Trying to make it through a long day with a uniform for a shirt. So quick to lose inspiration when I'm clocking back into work. It could be worse. I ain't sleeping in the dirt. I've been going through the motions while I'm on this earth. What's it worth? All this time been passing. Feels like I'm losing passion. Please God, make something happen. It feels like nothing happens. I need changes for the better. I've been walking through the weather. I'm so used to saying never, maybe never lasts forever. I don't know. Feel my pain when I go through the rave. You go through the same. Looking at them, now I gotta do me, boy, stay in my lane. I gotta live my life for the light, man. I can't wait. Yeah, I ain't going down the drain. Tired of going through the motions. Days just feel the same. Why can't life just change? I've been trying to find my way. I'm tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just trying to be me. Now it's just trying to be tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just trying to be me. Now it's just trying to be tired of going through the motions. I got a Ford Focus, wish I had a Mercedes. Driving around the city, man, my schedule been crazy. I'm tired of being single, wish I had me a lady. I'm trying to find a promised land that someone gon' take me. Hey Chris, man, the world ain't really about you. It seems like you got something to prove. Yeah, I'm at a show, up on the stage and go. I'm hearing a round of applause, but what if I lose my soul? All them long nights, lost in the hype, and we had to finish a song. Man, I've lost sight, looking at lights, I never let go of the phone. But in my whole life, I missed the point, and then I end up alone. Emotions gon' make you a clone. Days just feel the same. Why can't life just change? I've been trying to find my way. I'm tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just trying to be me. Now it's just trying to be tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just trying to be me. Now it's just trying to be tired of going through the motions. I'm tired of going through the motions. I'm tired of going through the motions. I was just trying to be down, now it's just trying to be me. Now it's just trying to be me. I was just trying to be down, now it's just trying to be me. Now it's just trying to be me.
I was in a dark place, listening to dark waves, in a prison of my mind. Stuck inside the fast lane, always unattached, and about ready to end my time. Until you came and found me, and opened up the truth, that everything around me was made to work. 'Cause life is good, and it keeps getting better. When I know of the truth. That everything around me was made to worship you. 'Cause life is good, and it keeps getting better. When I get stressed, when I know it made the weather good, and it keeps getting greater. When I get stressed about some stuff that happens later. I'm not sad today. Every day with you's like Saturday. It's good, and it keeps getting better. When I get stressed, when you work all things together. The season doesn't get to define me when I'm defined by you. The situation can't make or break me when I was made by you. The season doesn't get to define me when I'm defined by you. The situation can't make or break me when I was made by you.
Oh, yeah. There's a party in the. Just one. I don't even know if I'm getting anymore. Haven't got up yet. Woke up looking at the blue water. Your car in the driveway. I say, got 10, she do what I say. On time is what the time say. Yeah. 'Cause all